Yes, indeed.
Because then I can set up my phone, and remember, we just got to press that one button.
If you don't mind, you have to find a clean one.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
All right, take two, everybody. Welcome to the Baseball University of the Blue Ridges, Western North Carolina High School Scout and Streaming Series, presented by CamWood Bats. We're live from Edneyville, North Carolina, on the campus of North Henderson High School for a Mountain 7 3A conference matchup between the Eagles of East Henderson High School and the Knights of North Henderson High School. I want to thank our broadcast sponsor today, CamWood Bats. CamWood Bats is the premier sponsor of the Western North Carolina High School Scout and Streaming Series. CamWood Bats located in Haywood County, Western North Carolina, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. And as part of our partnership with CamWood, use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Well, we just hit a snag after being here since 2:30, about 3 hours of chilling with an hour of setup, and hopefully we do not experience any other latency issues that we've had. Ryan, you're sending out the
yeah, I'm just trying to
send out the link again. So if you're watching this and you know someone who has the old link, please send this out to everyone you know who has that old link, because right now we're at the mercy of Starlink. Let's go ahead and enter the Meineke pregame show. Meineke is the pregame and postgame sponsor for Baseball University of the Blue Ridges, Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. With numerous locations in the Western North Carolina region, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced, whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires and wheels, or AC, you name it. Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina. Well, we have two opposing coaching backgrounds here. For East Henderson, Coach Steve Sumner is in his first season as the head coach, while on the home side, Coach Justin King in his 18th year at North Henderson, 14th as the head coach. He was my head coach back from 2014 to 2018. I know this program very well. Grew up here. My dad was an assistant coach since the school opened. I've been around this program ever since I could walk as a toddler. So this game means a lot to me. This place means a lot to me. Excited to be here for this Mountain 7 3A matchup. Mountain 7 3A. Good conference.
Yeah, I mean, it's Tuscola right now is kind of running away with it. They've just been pounding everybody. Pisgah and West split last week. They're going to be in it. And then North Henderson always finds a way to stick around. We were talking about pregame. You know, North Henderson and East Henderson, a lot of times they have very similar roster builds each year. We're both apple picking neighborhoods historically. You know, we're blue collar neighborhoods, but you know, North Henderson, Justin King always seems to get a playoff team out of this group, and that's where East Henderson's trying to catch up a little bit, because you're going to see tonight good pitching on both sides. You got Peyton Maben, who we're very excited about. Peyton, you know, 82 to 84 in the bump. That velo may not scare the heck out of you, but when you start looking at the metrics and his release point, the IVB, and the fact that he's an all-state pitcher last year, I mean, he competes. And on the other side, the 27 sophomore Garrett Gosnell is going to be a really good look too. He's going to be a guy. Like, he's a high 70s, probably 77 to 79. His velo will get there too, but you're looking at guys that like to fill the zone up. They mix well. Maven's been working hard on his changeup. I think that was a necessary add for him. But I do think that both these left-handed pitchers tonight are going to be fun to watch. Overall, you know, good talent on both sides. They both share a couple commits on the North Henderson side. You have Mason Gasperson, who's getting ready to head off to Caldwell Community College, Stash Spear, who's heading to Surrey, and Alex Hanna going to Rockingham. So definitely some JUCO bandits. That's probably our best route for most players coming out of the mountains. And then for the East Henderson Eagles, Blake Ritchie also heading to Caldwell, strong first baseman, left-handed bat. And then Owen Brewster, the lone four-year commit, he's heading down to Bob Jones University in Greenville. It's Coach Morrison's program, which is one y'all kids are going to want to start looking into, especially if you want to find a good Christian college with a larger enrollment. Bob Jones, I think, has about 6,000 enrollment, which is pretty high for, NAIA D3 level school. Where are they now? Both these programs have done a great job producing college talent. Mr. Lally and I here were watching the Western game on his phone here earlier. Braden Korn doing great things. He was a USC Union commit, and now he is in his first year at Western. So Braden Korn is probably the apple of North Henderson's eye. He has just been one of the best players to come through here in a long time. Chase Lee, who went to Rockingham, now he's at Carolina University. Again, it's the Bruins, Carolina University. It's a small NAIA school out east. Bryce Davison has been killing it at Rockingham. I heard he touched 90 this year. He's starting to get some looks. Bryson Bradley, he went up to New River Community College, and now he's committed to Bluefield State for next season. He was the big left-handed bat that graduated back in 23. And then Julian Lewis, very, very athletic middle guy, center field shortstop type. He's at Mars Hill this year, redshirting. Ran into him a couple weeks ago looking very physical. I think that redshirt year is going to help him build himself into a contributor for the Mountain Lions. And on the East Henderson side, Devin Walker, one of my favorite pitchers, come out of this area. Not a hard thrower. Was only ever an 80-mile-per-hour guy in high school, but he is cutting it up at Asbury out in Kentucky. Mason Smith is getting some playing time up in Geneva in Pennsylvania. It's a good school. He's studying engineering there. And Mason, he hit for the cycle in the JV season for them early this year, so he's doing some things up there. Brady Nix down at USC Union, big power arm. Aiden Sumner, his younger brother Tristan on East Henderson. Aiden out at Wake Tech. And Reese Alverson, he's up at University of Virginia Wise. So again, that's 5 on each side that are still playing in college. It's a good group and just gives you an idea of the talent that this county can create.
Yeah, let's look into the Eagles and the Knights previous years. East Henderson back in 2024 last year finished 5-18, 1-11 in conference, tied in last place with Smoky. Starting this year off, not to a great start, 1-9, 0-3 in conference, beating Polk on the March 20th, 10-8. So looking up from there, getting their first win, getting their feet underneath them, getting ready to get moving in the second half, of which we'll detail in a key to the game later on. North last year making it to the first round of the playoffs, finishing 16-9, 8-4, third in the Mountain 7-3A behind conference champs, county rivals West Henderson and Tuscola. Number 18 seed in the 3A West side of the bracket, losing at number 15 North Lincoln 12-2. Starting off this year, pretty good, 9-4, 3-3 in conference. Tough losses to ranked teams in our Baseball University Power Rankings at East Rutherford, Smoky Mountain. Swept by Tuscola, who's the perennial power this year in the Mountain 7-3A, but winning 5 out of the last 7, including a sweep of Franklin 9-3 and 13-3 last week, and another big 11-8 win at home versus Chase. Last week, East lost to Tuscola in their first game, and their second game actually got postponed due to the air quality and the fires going on in our area. So looking forward to seeing East finish off that series with Tuscola after they finish this series with the Knights this week and next week. But yeah, short travel today, being in county, being at our home school. So let's talk about our travel home and away sponsors all today, thanks to Wright's Fireplace. A big thank you to them for being our travel sponsor, helping Baseball University with the travel expenses we encounter throughout the spring, including gas, food, and in some cases lodging. Our home team sponsor, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the North Henderson Knight prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. And our away team sponsor, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the East Henderson Eagle prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. A little bit about Wright's. Wright's Fireplace is located at 2614 Hendersonville Road in Arden. We've got everything you need for a comfortable, more relaxing property. Longing for a more efficient, more convenient fireplace? Wishing you had an outdoor living space that would enhance every get-together? Stop wishing and get just what you want here in our showroom in Arden. Their phone number is 828-687-9002, and their website is wrightsfireplaces.com. Stop by or request an appointment today. Well, we got the Where Are They Now? Talked about saw Braden on the live stream. Mr. Lawley had it on here, so it's cool to see him lead off the game with a single.
And then Trent Turner came behind him.
Turner behind him, so a lot of local guys here doing very well for the Catamounts up in Cullowhee. Well, you want to hit us with those starting lineups?
Yeah, so for East Henderson, leading off is going to be Owen Brewster. Owen going to Bob Jones University next year. He's playing third base. Batting second is Tristan Sumner. He's a name you're going to want to keep an eye on. Probably projecting more for pitching. A ton of HB on his fastball. A lot of spin. Really like the projection there, mid-80s arm. We might see him close tonight if East Henderson goes in late with the lead. Young sophomore, Cole Holbrook behind the plate. That's a big key position here for East Henderson, trying to find some stability up the middle. So he'll have the catching job probably for the next 3 seasons here. Blake Ritchie, the Caldwell commit, big, strong, left-handed, good character baseball player. Batting fifth, your starting pitcher, Garrett Gosnell. I'm a big fan of Garrett. He seems to have a chip on his shoulder, sophomore. He's going to be a guy. High 70s, might touch an 80 today, but I ain't worried about it. I like the projection. Behind him is going to be Jake Harvey, the sophomore. It's a new name for me. We'll scout them together. Number 6, Tyler Hill, the junior after him, followed by Tyler Lowry, the freshman. So, again, some new names here for us. And then batting in the 9 hole is the DH. He's not listed on the roster here, but that is Osborne. Is there a first name on him? James Osborne. So he must have just been pulled up. So, yep. So he was on the JV roster. And he's going to be DHing for number 1, Lucas Martin. Now for your North Henderson Knights, leading off, Caldwell community commit Mason Gasperson doing the catching tonight. Versatile guy, can play just about anywhere. In right field is Brody McMillan. Little history, he was at East Henderson last year, so I know that should make for a good narrative today. Alex Hanna batting third. He's playing shortstop, kind of a Zobrist type, can play everywhere for you, heading to Rockingham next year. Stash Spear playing first base, the Surrey commit, big strong bat. Batting fifth is Dylan Kleineck. He's in center field, really fast kid, track star too, so keep an eye on him. Peyton Maben is a fun arm to watch pitch tonight. He's batting 6th, followed by Dalton Osteen. He'll be playing left field. Then the DH, Ryland, make sure I say his name, Ryland Cunningham. He is DHing for Gavin Howard, who's playing third base. And then 9 hole, Austin Brevard playing second base. So battle the lefties today. I think that's going to be the big key here, and we can roll into the keys of the game now if you want.
I was thinking maybe
you gonna do power rankings.
We got a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and throw up this week's version of our power rankings. We'll go throw this on the full screen for you guys. TC keeping the top spot again.
They just got back from what was it, Florida?
Florida, I think.
So those 2 losses, don't let that fool you. Those were against nation-ranked teams, so they're not budging.
Well, I'm still big on the East Rutherford Cavaliers. They are big in my BBU Plus rankings, which I'm trying to figure out how to tweak it and get it out to you guys, but they've been up there and been
thank you.
Producing a lot of runs, not giving up a lot of runs, and they're just winning.
Clean. They're just so
winning, man.
Clean.
Tuscola in the 3rd spot, Asheville followed in the 4th. Asheville 4-1 in the MAC, I think. No, 5-0 in the MAC.
Asheville is
Undefeated
sneaky.
in the MAC.
They got off to a pretty rough start, but they're playing tough competition. Coach Hillier knows what he's doing there. That's a good baseball team. Big question mark with them is pitching. So that's something that we'll see here at the end of the season when we watch them face off against TC.
Can't penalize the Hilltoppers for losing 2 to the Cavs.
That was probably the most controversial thing this week, was just a team goes 0-2 and they don't budge in the rankings. But again, they played a 1-run game at Whereas 4-3, and then they lost 6-3. But they were going into that final inning 4-3.
Yeah.
So can't blame the Hilltoppers. Pisgah, West Henderson beat up on each other. Each took 1. North Buncombe lost to Madison, so they slide a little bit, losing to the 2A. North Henderson jumps back on.
North Henderson, I think, definitely will have a lot of room to move up these rankings. In the BBU Plus, they're playing the toughest competition, I think, of any Mountain 7 3A team, a 640 opponent winning percentage or more, 648, I think, to be exact. So excited to see if North can get on a little tear here, winning 3 last week. Really, when you go from 6-4 to 9-4, and almost
they've won 4 in a row, I believe, right? Irwin, Chase, and then 2 against Franklin.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Now, Patton was the controversial one this week. I'm proud of the Patton Panthers. Like, they have worked their butts off with a young team the last couple of years, and that's not an easy 2A division. Smoky Mountain probably is deserving as well, but they're 2-3 in conference, so that was kind of the nod this week because there's Smoky Mountain, McDowell, even AC Reynolds. There's the Greenies over at Christ School. There's some good teams that are starting to play a little better or have had tough starts to the season that we got to keep an eye on. But down in the foothills, again, we've mentioned this. This is no knock on the Western North Carolina talent, but the foothills just runs deep with good baseball players, guys, and we got to keep encouraging our best mountain teams to play against these guys. But South Caldwell still remaining undefeated as they get into conference play. Burns, their only 2 losses against mountain teams, but they were 2 of the best, Tuscola and TC. North Iredell split with North Lincoln on the week and picked up an out-of-conference win, so they don't budge. Lincoln Charter, 2-0 in conference. Their only loss last week to Burns. And then South Point, again, playing good, strong baseball in the Big South. So the top 5 actually doesn't change either. East Lincoln, scotch above North Lincoln, even though North Lincoln is 2-0 against East Lincoln in conference. But North Lincoln got hot. I think they won all 3 of their games last week while North Lincoln split. Crest playing good baseball even after losing Parker Ramsey for the season. A lot of those young guys stepping up. Gaston Christian makes the return to the 10. They probably should have been there the whole time. They just hadn't played a lot of games early. But Gaston's, we're going to see them Monday, and I think once we get our eyeballs on them, they may continue to rise. And then Alexander Central sneaking in. They've had a tough schedule playing tough teams, but they're kicking butt in conference, so they're deserving.
We want to talk a little bit about our player of the week. Poppy's player of the week.
Yeah, Poppy's player of the week was Brandon Washington of East Lincoln, and boy, oh boy, was this a hard decision this week. Had some great nominations. Brady Duvall pitched a heck of a game against Pisgah this past week. Cole Attaway was the big arm for Patton and their W's over Brevard. Gunnar Alm hit a couple bombs at Polk, but when it came down to it, we chose Brandon because not only is it a great week, you can see the numbers, but they swept Ford, but then they played a rivalry game that is not your conventional rivalry game. This is a win against West Lincoln in 9 innings. It was either 8 or 9 innings.
It was 8 or 9 innings, and
they had been a fierce rival in the 2000s, and then all of a sudden some new coaching changes, and then they just stopped scheduling each other, and they just it's been a matchup that the county, the area, has wanted to see more and more of. They hadn't played each other since 2018. It was a heck of a game, and Brandon Washington came in with runners on base, I believe, in the 5th inning and worked the final 2 2/3, striking out 5 to close out that game. It was just a big statement win, a lot of emotion behind it. So Brandon Washington, congratulations on being named Poppy's Popcorn Player of the Week. We'll get that certificate and bag of delicious Asheville mix in the mail to you here soon. Again, the Asheville mix is a white cheddar and caramel mix, and we love Poppy's. We really appreciate their sponsorship on the Player of the Week.
Well, yeah, we are at that point where we can crank it up and give you the Meineke Fleet keys to the game. You want to tell us a little bit about Meineke?
Well, Meineke, it's what makes sense, right? Meineke is the smart choice for your fleet. So remember, if you need solutions to be met, any sort of fleet work, fleet leasing, rental agencies, all that good stuff. Again, we're not there yet as a baseball university LLC, but one day maybe we will need a fleet. And Meineke is proud to sponsor those Meineke Fleet keys to the game. So
the first one, we talked about it earlier. Keep your mouth shut and play ball. We've heard a lot of chirping in this county the last few weeks, and there's a lot of emotions in this big rivalry matchup. I know when we played the Eagles, there was so much chirping, so much crosstown friendships and rivalries, and you want to beat the guy across from you. So heading to this game, keep your mouth shut and play Play ball.
Just shut up and play ball.
Second half, new season. East, they've been in some games, but haven't been able to get a lot of wins out of it. So treat the second half like a blank slate. Go ahead and try to get off on a hot start here. Try to get a big win over conference rival and get a conference win. Go on and get it moving.
Close losses are still losses, and it's hard sometimes to learn how to win. And a lot of that is the mental side. So hopefully the second half goes a little better for East Henderson.
The third one, challenge hitters. Fill it up, hit it. Here it is. Attack strike zone, guys. Like, we're going to have some two lefties on the mound today.
Yep.
2 lefties on the mound. Fill it up. Give the guys a chance to hit it and field the ball and record the outs and play. These aren't teams that historically hit it well over the last 2-3 decades.
Yep. I was going to say there's good talent on both sides. Don't get me wrong. It's not free strikeouts for everyone, but both these pitchers have enough stuff and enough mix where I'm not saying put it on a tee, but I shouldn't see a lot of walks tonight. I want to see y'all challenge these hitters, let them play behind you a little bit because this is one of the better matchups we've seen. I think it's our first lefty-lefty matchup of the season.
I'm excited for that, to see 2 lefties on the mound. We've seen a couple of lefties so far this year, but seen both from the same side.
You remember my favorite one? Dylan Huseman, South Iredell. Oh, my Lord. I was losing my mind that game. That kid has got stuff, and he's a lot like Maben. Huseman was only 80-83, but just stuff, right? And lefties, they get a little bit more wiggle room with the velo. I've ran into, I think, 3 left-handed pitchers at the D1 level this year that were 85-87. You can still get it done from those velos. And that's where I like Peyton Maben a lot. All-state last year. His metrics, he's one of those pitchers that probably couldn't even tell you why he's getting such good results. But when you break down his TrackMan data, a ton of IVB, but that slot, his release point, is coming from a low and outside of the rubber release point. So think about what that looks like riding up on you as a right-handed hitter. Glad he's working on the changeup. He's one of those guys. I was talking to Coach Cordy up at Western about this the other day. It's so hard to pinpoint what is a D1 recruit in this market, right? So Peyton Maben's one of those guys that's worth tracking, but he could end up anywhere from junior college, high academic D3, Division II, or if he gets that velo up just a scotch more and can help North Henderson get a little deeper in the playoffs, he might grab the attention of the right mid-major D1 because there's projection for sure. And I feel very similar about Garrett Gosnell as well. He's a year behind. He's a 27. His velo is not quite where Maben's is, but these are 2 of the better lefties I think we're going to be seeing come out this area for a while. I can't remember the last time we had who's the last stud lefty to come out of Henderson County. I mean, Kasny was good a couple years ago, but I mean, I'm talking like shut down all state. I think Maben's maybe in a world of his own right now. Well, interesting day. No torpedo bats out here. So again, like let's be true to the key of the game and just fill up the zone. Get inside the barrel as a lefty. You know what I mean? These lefties can probably pitch inside today.
It's crazy because it was the Yankees, man. Of course, it had to be the Yankees.
Everybody's waiting for it, though. Everybody's like, it's not just the Yankees. I think this whole torpedo bat was like sitting in the weeds a little bit. Yeah, I was up at CamWood this morning. They're already making them.
That's crazy. I know Dansby had one. Dansby Swanson, former Brave and current Chicago Cub, had one and has been raking this opening weekend. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes into the next few weeks and in the next few months if MLB makes any decisions, because they came out and said they're perfectly legal. It's fully within the constraints of the rules. Just don't cork them.
I was listening to David Portney talk about it, the Barstool guy. Mm-hmm. He was basically putting it all on Anthony Volpe. He's like, Anthony Volpe sucks. He can't hit, so they have to design these new bats. So when they jam him inside, he hits a home run. Yep. That's kind of how I feel about it. Like, I don't want to see hitters rewarded for a bad swing.
You got to learn how to hit, and you got to make the right changes. Just because you're getting jammed or throwing on the outside, who cares?
High School Athletic Association also welcomes you to tonight's game.
Well, we're pretty blessed here. We're with Mr. Lally up here in the booth. If you don't know Lally, he does the tourist games. He does Western Carolina games.
He does. Started out Apple Valley football, then North Henderson baseball, then North Henderson football, and has just worked his way up. Got the Taurus gig a couple years ago. Went to Western for softball, for girls basketball, I think, maybe.
He's got a voice. He's got a voice.
Reverend, so it's just like it's awesome to always come up here and see him. Makes me nostalgic being back here, listen to the voice. I'm like, let me put my cleats on and go out on the field.
Not too nostalgic because we're playing at 7 o'clock, and it's only been year 2 with the lights here. And it's awesome having lights at North Henderson.
I wish we had this growing up. They always promised us every year, oh, we get lights. Oh, we get lights next year. Never did. And
it was a controversy.
10 years too late. But it looks beautiful out here tonight. Excited to show you these 3 different camera angles. I'm going to throw them all up on the screen. You got camera 1 on your left where the coaches and umpires are shaking hands. I think it's camera 2 on the bottom right going down the third base line, getting infield coverage. And camera 3 on the upper right, getting the right field line, the batter and the pitcher. So big day for my 3 camera angles on my home field.
Fans, once again, welcome to the night field, home of the North Henderson Knights.
You want to go ahead?
Well, I'm going to let Coach Lally do the lineup, so I'm going to put the mic next to him so you can hear his beautiful voice.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Now, fans, let's meet the players for tonight's varsity baseball game. Introducing first baseline. Here are the Eagles of East Henderson. Number 18, Cade Jones. Number 7, Landon Noel. Now the starting lineup for the Eagles. Leading off playing third base, number 12, Owen Brewster. Batting second, the shortstop, number 11, Tristan Sumner. Batting third, the catcher, number 15, Cole Holbrook. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 13, Blake Ritchie. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 4, Garrett Gosnell. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 5, Jake Harvey. Batting seventh, second baseman, number 6, Tyler Hill. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 9, Tyler Lowry. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 16, James Osborne. And playing left field for the Eagles of East Henderson, number 1, Lucas Martin. Eagles are coached by Steve Sumner. He's assisted by Taylor Noble and David Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles of East Henderson. And now North Henderson. Here are your North Henderson Knights. Number 4, Cameron Hanna. Number 10, Blake Taylor. Number 23, Isaac Ellis. Now the starting lineup for your North Henderson Knights. Leading off the catcher, number 2, Mason Jasperson. Batting second, right fielder, number 22, Brody McMillan. Batting third, the shortstop, number 15, Alex Hanna. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 7, Stash Spear. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 1, Dylan Kleinak. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 8, Peyton Maven. Number 18, Dalton Osteen. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 14, Rylan Cunningham. Batting ninth, second baseman, number 6, Austin Burpard. Playing third base for the Knights of North Henderson, number 5, Gavin Howard. Knights are coached by Justin King, assisted by Keith Allison, Will Townsend, Ryan Stepper, Wade King, and Alex Suter. Ladies and gentlemen, they are the Knights of North Henderson. Please stand as physically able. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Join us as 2 great communities, 2 amazing schools, East Henderson and North Henderson, in a moment of silence prior to the start of tonight's baseball game. Now, fans, please direct your attention to the American flag on the Veterans Memorial Flagpole, located in center field, as we honor America, pay tribute to our brave men and women in uniform, and remember the legacy of those who have given the ultimate sacrifice of their lives throughout the history of our great nation, defending our country, our way of life, and the freedoms that we enjoy. Fans, never ever forget, it's only because of the brave that we are indeed the home of the free. Now to remember those that have served, and to honor those that are currently serving, the oppressed, our nation, and the free world. Please join now in the presentation of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam? These are stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. Well,
Well.
I think we're experiencing a little bit more latency issues, so give us a minute here while we try to figure this out. Do you think it's something we need to switch to 520 or whatever?
I don't even think it's that. I think there's something within the air that's causing it. So I don't know what frequencies are being ran right now.
Thanks once again. Want to welcome to the night field, home of the North Henderson Knights. Baseball balls. If you should collect one, make sure you take it to the concession stand.
Well, we'll go ahead and read in the first inning sponsor of this evening. A little bit about Bloom Patch. Bloom Patch.
Well,
Sumner couldn't be here today, which is disappointing, but you know she's working hard and probably has a lot going on with Bloom Patch. You can come watch a game.
I think she sent me a bunch of pictures of her newest cuttings. We'll probably try to get them on the broadcast maybe Thursday to show you just what she's selling as far as beautiful flowers, bouquets, and all that good stuff. All right, so let me ask you, is the latency gone now?
Yeah, basically. So I think it just maybe has to be a clear line of sight. So we're just going to see what happens and hope and learn from mistakes. It's always a good thing to learn from our mistakes rather than trying to get to
like you're cooking food. That's what I'm saying. All right, so KOCH up. KOCH Cook. I don't think anybody's ever said it right the first time.
From the friendly confines of Night Field, Ryan Cook and Hunter Street. Appreciate them being here with us here for this Mountain 7 matchup between the Eagles of East and the Knights of North.
If you want to tell them, they can go on YouTube and look up Baseball University if they want to send the link out to friends and family. I'm gonna try to
what's crazy how
show you what it is so you can.
Fans leading off for the Eagles of East Henderson. Top of the first.
I don't know how moving it here did it, but it was working. So
glass
of wood and
all right. So let's do some baseball. Here's Peyton Maven, big strong kid, buddies with his brother Adam, who's the AD here at North Henderson. I enjoyed teaching with him when I was a Apple Valley English teacher.
He was my 7th grade football coach.
One thing I love about Adam, and this will tell you something about Peyton, is he knows how to work his team. One of my favorite things when we were coaching middle school ball here was to take a day during the week and just give the baseball team to Adam, because he was also the track coach, and he would just absolutely destroy our guys in the weight room and the workout room back there and teach them work ethic. And I can give you an idea what Peyton Maven's doing on his own with that kind of influence. Hard work is definitely not something he's afraid of. Probably going to run down there in a little while with the radar gun and see exactly where his velo's at. But for the meantime, I think we're going to spend the first inning or two up here to make sure that we get through all the latency issues.
Yeah, please be careful with that radar gun around our cameras.
Oh, yeah.
If y'all didn't see the last game, it was a little bit difficult running the 5 gigahertz. We dropped it to 2.4 gigahertz and split the network from the Starlink.
And it's again, it's a trial and error thing as we keep learning the technology. Most of these broadcasts you see on, Major League Baseball, college, it's not Wi-Fi or Starlink or anything like that. It's all hardwired in. And maybe that's something we explore. I had a gentleman reach out after the East Rutherford game who used to work for WLOS and does some football streaming. We might be meeting with him and get an idea of how he does things. Maben thought he had it there, didn't he? Hit the inside corner, he's ready to take a little stroll and let that ball get thrown around, but he's going to have to try it again here with the full count. There it is.
There it is.
And that's a little telling. You can see the way that the batter hopped out. It's like, are they looking to swing? It's definitely close. You can argue, but that's strikeout number 1.
Moving at a good pace to start, that's for sure. Sticking on the dirt like you like to see.
Yep. Don't touch the grass. Don't touch the grass as a pitcher.
We don't want you to touch grass as a pitcher. We want you to stay on that mound and keep it moving.
Tristan Sumner up now. Oh, I don't know where that missed. It looked like he spun a curveball back around the outside edge, but they're going to say ball 1.
Don't want to get ahead of myself, but do you expect to break our record of 1:37?
No. I have a feeling that will not be done in the mountains. All 3 of those games, fastest game was East Rutherford RS.
136.
Then South Iredell versus Bandy's.
137.
Which was a 5-inning game. Granted, it was 14-0.
The interesting one was the Hickory East Lincoln game, hour 38, full 7 innings.
Still one of my favorite games we've done. Strike 3. And still one of the lowest viewerships of all the broadcasts. It was probably, again, a new area. It was Duke, Carolina that night in the ACC tournament, and it was Friday. But that's a game, if you want to watch a good pitcher's duel, go back and watch that Hickory East Lincoln game. Spade Maben making quick work of East Henderson here. Maben, you might remember, he started his high school varsity career at East Henderson after freshman year, transferred here to North. Again, has ties to our school. Brother Adam, the football and track coach
at Apple Valley.
And North.
Yeah, assistant football coach in North and head football coach Apple Valley.
Yep, so he's been a great addition here for Coach King.
Behind here, 3-0.
Want to see him get a little cleaner here, a little less deep into the counts. Don't be afraid of the contact, especially when you get past probably that 5-6 batter here. Historically, both these teams are not bangers. I say that, and there's a line drive single up the middle. So that's Holbrook. We talked about him a little bit in the pregame. That's the sophomore catcher. We'll see if they run for him here.
Now give us about 40 minutes or so for that sun to get below the horizon and get our camera 2 angle worthwhile.
Now batting, first baseman number 13, Blake Ritchie.
Camera 3, excuse me.
Who's running there?
Can't see it. Courtesy runner at first.
See if we can get a number.
What number is that? 7?
I think it's
2?
2 or 7.
7, so it's Landon Noel. That's going to be running for the catcher today. So he's your courtesy runner. This is part of the game that Maben could probably pick up a little bit as holding runners. Lefties typically have a little easier time holding that runner at first base. This is something that he's been working on his move a little bit, has to get a little less deliberate. There's a couple lefties I've seen out here that just have outstanding moves. Like Jared Penland was always my favorite from Tuscola. The other one I really like is Caleb Cloniger from North Gaston. That kid can pick off 3 kids a game. But some of our guys here, Maben can get a little better. Something I used to work with some of those Christ School lefties. They struggled too. You got to work on that perfect 45-degree angle step over move. Blake Ritchie, ton of power. Had a really good fall showcase season. And when I say that, he wasn't really going around playing in a lot of showcase tournaments or anything. That's strike 3 looking. So strikes out the side here. But went to the right camps. Did a filming with us. Met some good JUCO guys, and he's going to go play for Caldwell. So again, thank you, Bloom Patch Farms, our first in sponsor. Wish I had all those pictures to pull up right now, but Miss Sumner over there at Bloom Patch Farms doing a great job. Can help you get your garden started here this spring. I'm also interested in these floral tours and VIP cuttings that she's booking here on the weekends, and they've been running those since the beginning of March, and that'll run through October. Give them a holler, 828-772-1798, or visit the social media pages, Facebook or Instagram at Bloom Patch. So yeah, Green Thumbs. Make sure you reach out to Bloom Patch Farm. Well, beautiful night, beautiful evening. Glad that we got the stream running smoothly, knock on wood.
Get all the issues out of the way.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little frustrated myself. I must have sent this link out to 100 coaches, and because I just think there's some good talent in this one, especially on the bump. So any of you coaches, hopefully you found it on the web, on the YouTube page.
Yes, you guys who are watching right now, please send this out. Let's get this link out to all the coaches, all your colleagues, friends, family, you name it.
Yep, I posted on a bunch of North Henderson and Henderson County pages today, so I'm hoping that those aren't blank links.
I'm hoping people know to look into other videos if the video's dead, because they know the game's going on. It's just a different link.
Well, Garrett Gosnell, like this kid. As you can see, he's not huge yet. He's got some weight to gain. He's got to get stronger, but he moves quick. I like the short arm action for the lefty. Spins it pretty well. Good changeup. Wants to be great. I just think a lot of our mountain kids need to understand what that means. Like, you can be great and end up at a junior college D3, D2 program. It's a tough market right now. You kids have got to be open-minded, because you work your butt off, you want to be great, you want to compete, you got to realize that exists. That's all there is at the college level right now, is just dogs playing. Average age of a 4-year player right now is 21.9, so essentially 22 years old. It's a tough game out there. But again, I'm all about projection. I like watching these kids at 15, 16, 17 years old and trying to get a gauge on their work ethic, their motivation, and it's like a math problem. It's like, where is this going, you know? Mason Gasperson, the football player, running back for the North Henderson Knights this past year, and he's a pretty good baseball player too. He can play just about every position out there. Not afraid of the weight room. Known him since he was a little guy, 6th grader. He's going to be going to Caldwell to play for Coach Deaton, Coach Penny, and those guys next year. Groundsman foul. Coach King with the E, third base coach.
Got that on it.
E10.
Got that on it.
It's okay,
Coach, what are you doing if you're watching this later?
Coach got to take, he's got to take that no movement approach. I'm all about the third base coaches that refuse to make a play on the ball. They just let it roll by. I don't care if it's like a half foot away. Nice spin right there by guys. And that's what I'm talking about. Not afraid to throw his pitches in any count. So 0-2 quickly here. Yeah, good battle of lefties. Probably the hottest commodity every year. Give me some lefties, right? And those dang lefties, they might not sniff a righty throwing 88, but they'll bring in a lefty throwing 84.
I don't think we had a lefty my senior year, but my junior year we had a lefty. Senior, good friend of mine, Ezra Morrison.
I'm glad Peyton's getting some success, because we've had a rough run with lefties. Our Nate Toney, Nate went on to play at USC Union, Paul DeCamp. Played at Paul DeCamp, then Bob Jones, and had to hang it up because of the arm injury. I know how that goes. Let's see, Bryson Bradley, he's still doing a little pitching. He's up at New River. He's probably more of, he got offer and he's committed to Bluefield State for next year. So JUCO Bandit working out pretty well for him, being a Muskie of New River. Some of you kids got to look into New River. I keep trying to tell folks that's a sneaky spot right now. It's closer to us than most of the North Carolina JUCO schools. And the cost ain't bad. It ain't great, but it ain't bad for out of state. And they're trying hard to join Region 10 next year. So ball forward to Gasperson.
Right fielder number 22, Brody McMillan.
So first look for us at Brody McMillan in a North Henderson uniform. We saw him last year with East Henderson. transferred over here his senior year, football player. Anyone know what his college plans are? Is he trying to play football anywhere? Or say I think as far as baseball, he said he's not interested in pursuing it past high school, but I know he's a football guy too. So it's a tough time, being a senior, having good, you can be a good athlete, have sport opportunities in front of you, but a lot of kids, they'll just say, you know what, I think it's time to just get my life started, get a career going. And that's all good too, especially when you see the cost of school nowadays. Spins it, stays up. It's ball 1-1-1. How'd North Henderson football do this year? Yeah, I say it's been stronger. When I first came into the North Henderson program back in 2018, y'all's football team has gone off like 2 seasons in a row without winning a game. Mm-hmm. So these last couple of years, to see y'all in the headlines for big wins, it's been nice to see. Because I will say historically, I think our baseball program has probably been the most consistent over the last decade, but this is a football neighborhood by heart. So it's good to see that the Knights are getting some W's on the gridiron. So McMillan with the bunt, fouls it back, 1-2 count now. Seen a little bit of that earlier in the year, having trouble getting the bunt down.
Yeah.
But
gotta keep that bat flag, can't drop the head of it.
I'll tell you who can bunt though. Who are you thinking of when you think of the teams we've seen this year? Best bunting team?
Madison.
They did a little. I was thinking South Point.
Yeah, South Point bunt a lot.
They're all about that suicide squeeze or the safety squeeze even.
Number 15, Alex Hanna.
So nice job by Gosnell getting the left-on-left K. It brings the Rockingham commit Alex Hanna up. Say Alex is going to be joining Bryce Davidson there next year, another former Knight. Bryce I don't know. Bryce still has 1 year of JUCO eligibility left, but he's been talked about a little bit amongst the 4-year schools looking for pitching. Bryce Davidson's done a great job down there at Rockingham, 90-mile-per-hour arm now. Alex Hanna is going to be a good addition to Coach Huff's team. I know they're looking for some leadership, guys that are grinders, versatile, can do a lot of things for you. Alex Hanna is one of those guys that can play all 9. Best position is probably going to end up being probably second, third, or outfield. So, again, just true Zobrist type. I see Gosnell trying to spin it, but that arm's dragging a little bit. He's got to get his timing down just a scotch. Probably stay up in the hip, front side a little longer. I think he's trying to rush a little bit with the runner on first. Hopefully Gasperson's all right. What happened there?
On the throwback, he smacked him real hard.
Smacked him on the hand?
Yeah, stepped on his hand.
Gotcha.
Give some time, it'll be okay. Good pick off to zoom in right here. Good idea on that, especially with the sun setting right behind it.
All right, here's our 0-0 delivery. Going to the curveball early. I think he just wanted to find it there. That was a quality pitch. I bet you he does it again. I think he's just trying to feel it and find it. Might be a good pitch for Gasperson to try to run on if he spins this again. Yep. Oh, ain't that going to be something. So pick the right pitch to run on. It was the curveball. Alex Hanna puts good barrel on it. Zips it right into Owen Brewster's glove. Whips it across to Richie for the double play line out. That's just baseball sometimes, folks. So line out double play ends the inning.
And in the top of the second, brought by Hill Tax Solutions. We're creeping up on tax day, Ryan, and I'm trying to get mine
at the plate.
Just call Hail Tax Solutions. They do a good job. They're former IRS agents.
Alex Suter.
And I mean, I would say Hail Tax. They hit it out of the park, just like our man Alex Suter down here.
This is something that there he goes.
Oh,
Look at him go.
dude, that's probably the best jack I've seen Coach Suter have in a minute.
turns on the blinker, heading towards second.
I will say he's got to hit the inside of that bag a little harder next time. But nice. He's looking fit, man. I mean, Coach, if y'all don't know Coach Suter,
cheer him on, everybody. It's Alex Suter. He's going to be safe.
attaboy.
There you go,
Good boy,
Alex.
Alex. Great job. Thank you for all the
So Alex went to school here
as well as North Henderson.
2000s? Like when did he graduate?
Graduated in 12, 13.
Okay.
Around that era.
And then Justin kept Alex on as
He
a
was our baseball coach and assistant coach.
made him a coach. Has had some really inspiring speeches out there before and after games. Love that kid. Always ready to give you a hug. Always ready to just ask how you're doing. I don't. Do you still get the Coach Suter random FaceTimes every once in a while?
The Eagles of East Henderson, Costello, Harvey, and Hill.
Got Alex around. It's always good to have a guy like Alex in your corner as a coach. It's just someone where we come in and be like a rough edge where you feel
There's a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like that personality. Yeah, there's a reason.
A lot of things you learn from guys like Alex.
Well, why don't you drop into some of those deeper points you wanted to make on some of those alumni while I go down and check out some velos on Maven. Just start screaming at me out the window.
We'll talk a little bit about that. I'm going to read into our Patreon, our social media real quick. So please support us on Patreon, guys. Like, we're doing a lot. We're trying to crowdfund. We're trying to do religion law. Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/BB University WNC for the more financial support that we can receive, the more coverage of Western North Carolina baseball we can bring you, including the College Tour Series, the High School Scout Streaming Series, Legion coverage, weekly media content, highlight films, and more. Choose which tier is right for you at the website on your screen. And stay connected to Baseball University of the Blue Ridge across all platforms. Like and subscribe on YouTube right now. You're watching us on YouTube, www.youtube.com/@BBUniversityWNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, and follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at BBUniversityWNC. And check out our website at www.baseballu.org. Please share this link out with everyone, guys. Like, I know we had some difficulties. We got a second link out today, something we're not happy with, but please get this out to college coaches, aunts, uncles, grandparents, mom, dad, siblings, everybody. It'd be really awesome of you guys. Well, Gosnell up for the Eagles. Starting pitcher try to help himself out here. Ball just misses low, 1-0 count. Now let's see if Peyton can keep this pace up. He's been working at a great pace, and as I look up, he's already in his windup. It's been the number one thing that we've seen across a lot of these foothill games. Just the pace is just better and faster and more consistent than some of these mountain games. So seeing this in the mountains like this right now is really impressive, and I love when a pitcher can find his rhythm early on. He's got to find a strike zone here, though. Second 3-0 count in as many innings. Needs to work back here. Gosnell might have the green light. Taken all the way. Just smart early on. Takes the 3-1 walk.
Mess up the latency at all?
Didn't mess up any latency, but I had enough time to do a couple ad reads and get in there at Peyton's pace. He's working fast, but he's got to find his
How'd he get on base there? Is that ball 4?
Yeah.
Well, we were joking down there. Did we jinx him by going down there and pointing a radar gun at him? Because
Yeah.
now it's like I think sometimes the kids might see it back there and then they get all excited.
He might just be trying to let his fielders play for a ground ball here. Squares the bunt.
Nice
Puts it
bunt.
down.
That's good baseball. So sack bunt don't count as an AB for Harvey. So it's 5-3 on the sack bunt put out. Moves Gosnell up. 80-81. That's okay. He's been up to 84, touched 85 before.
Second baseman, number 6, Tyler Hill.
I'm one of the I will say, as far as like a scouting style, like I know velo is important, but I don't obsess over it. I try to look at it as more of a projection point. So 80-81 is fine. It's good stuff. You'll see like that release point again when we were at Mars Hill last summer. We did some TrackMan on Peyton. He has a low release point, and it's out on the side towards first base, and it produces IVB, which is induced vertical break. It's just an offering you don't see much. I always compare him to Keegan Aiken of the Orioles. Has a similar slot, similar stuff.
I'm going to pull that up.
I'd say, what, 6'2", maybe?
I think so.
6'2", maybe 190 pounds, 200 pounds. He's got some thickness to him.
I think he's got to calm his nerves out here.
He's moving almost a little too fast.
That's what I was thinking. I liked the rhythm early when he was filling up the zone, but the last like 3 or 4 batters, kind of seen some more ball counts here.
The other thing is he struck out the side in that last inning. You just need to make sure you don't get into a mode where you think you got to do it all yourself either.
No, dude. Throw the ball in play. Let your fielders field it. You got a good defense behind you. It just showed there with fielding the bunt.
Say defense around the horn. You got Gavin Howard. He's the one that picked up the ball there at third base, threw it across Hannah at shortstop, Brevard at second, Spear at first. Again, Gasperson behind the plate doing the catching, Osteen, Kleinek, and McMillan across the outfield. Pretty athletic outfield out there. Say Dylan ran a 6.6 for us. He's run several sub 6.7s. Looking for track opportunities as well, which probably is a better chance for getting money nowadays as a freshman. What was that one event he ran, the 300?
That for track.
300?
The 300.
And what was the score that you said once, like there's that target score and then what he ran?
For state, it was 36.63, and he ran it in a 37.1.
Right, so you can kind of hear those numbers and just see like, okay.
There's a big drive down
lines
the
up
left
with
field
college
line.
track
Fair
as
ball.
well.
Left fielder playing hard. Backside. Run will score.
Well, that's the timely hit you'd hope for from the bottom of your lineup. That was number 6, Tyler Hill, the junior. Number 9? Oh, so what did Hill do?
Bill struck out.
Okay, my bad. So Lowry, the number 8 hitter, even deeper in the lineup. So number 9, Tyler Lowry, the freshman.
Big
the
double
freshman with
to
the
start
double.
off.
That a boy, Frosh.
Dugout's getting loud down there. They're excited.
So 1 ribby in. So the RBI double for Lowry. And this is where you got to get back into the first key of the game, like just shut up and play, you know. So nice hit, but here's where your chirping probably starts. So number 9 hitter here is Osborne. He was the JV roster guy that was just pulled up. He's DHing for number 1, Lucas Martin, the left fielder. Swing, and there's another base hit. So, again, the 8 and 9 hitters coming up big here. A little bobble in center field. Throw is going to be cut in the middle, and that's 2 runs in. So, RBI single. 2 RBI base knocks back-to-back here for East Henderson. So,
number 12.
surprising a few here, jumping on the all-state lefty. Gotta love baseball. And hopefully this is because East Henderson's taking that second key of the game to heart. Forget about the first half. Second half's a new season. Start over. There's a drive to right field. That's going to send McMillan back. That's over his head. He falls down for a quick second. Throws it back in. Uh-oh. This could be a little trouble here at home plate. Got him. So relay throw. Gets I think that's only 2 out. Nope, sack bunt,
Third out of the
strikeout.
inning.
So it's a double for Brewster. No run score on the play. That's Osborne that was thrown out at home on the 9 to 4.
9-4-2.
9-4-2.
Yeah.
Not your typical double cut.
Not
That's all right. But we'll say 9-4-2 on the put out at home. All right, Hunter.
Middle of the second.
Oh, golly. Hail Tax Solutions. We were saying earlier, it's that time. April 15th is tax day. Hail Tax Solutions is the official tax preparer of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Always been happy with their business. I can't stress enough the fact that they're former IRS agents really helps them understand the complexities of the tax system. If you want to maximize that return, get with Hail Tax Solutions today, 828-435-6082.
Let's check them out. And welcome all of you to Night Feed.
Well, North on 2-game winning streak in the
Shalali
series.
giving us some props out there to the people.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We'll see the viewership. Viewership just spiked 300.
Viewership's great. Let's look at the viewership.
I'm hoping we got some decent concurrent viewers. Looks like we got 12 right now. Again, I hope we didn't scare off everybody with the link droppage. But
yeah,
new link was put out. So if you're listening at home, I did.
Twitter?
I'm going to post it again.
Post it again. Maybe
so what's the score right now? We'll do it as like 2-0. A score update. So
2-0, bottom second. Big 3 hits there from the Eagles, if you want to mention that. I'll talk a little bit about the history of this series. North Henderson on a 2-game winning streak versus East, winning 11 out of the last 12 since 2017. Wow, that's crazy. 12 games since 2017. That was my junior year of high school. There's no way they've played 12 games since then. But it's the way things go. Last year,
Right, North Henderson makes some noise. Bottom of the second, first baseman number 7, Stash Beer.
Last year, North took the series 7-3 and 8-7 in both games. Also at the beginning of April to start. Start off this AB with the ball to Spears. However, East leads the series 16-15, dating back to 2008, according to Max Preps. The foul ball, strike 1. It's always interesting to see how the Max Preps data is put in because, some coaches back in 2008 to about 2012 didn't really use Max Preps, and it was just really beginning, and only the big cities and the big programs were putting their stats in and their scores. 2-0, or 2-1, excuse me. But yeah, there's a time when East won 6, 7, 8 in a row, something like that, in the mid-teens, and North on a big run here, 11 out of the last 12.
Stash Spear.
2-2.
He's a big, strong boy. He's going to Surrey next year. He's going to stay a Knight. Surrey Knights kind of keep that. They're more of like a dark bluish and black, but similar look to the North Henderson Knights. Say Alex Hanna, going to Rockingham Eagles, wearing that green, those East Henderson colors next year.
Stash flies out to center there. Mark that F8 in your book while you're typing out the tweet.
With one down, center fielder number 1, Dylan Kleineck.
Dylan Kleineck up, a former Apple Valley Knight who we both coached.
Oh, yeah.
Back in my first coaching experience as a freshman in college. Seeing all these guys playing high school ball is time flies, man.
Ain't it true? Oh, what could have been. If COVID never hit, there might still be middle school coaches for all we know. Changed things forever with that group. But it's interesting to watch this group come full circle, seeing them make playoffs. That first team we ever put together, Owen whatever.
Whatever that was. That was rough. But then we got that win the next year against Bethel.
Oh, yeah. It was weird, though. It was one of those things where, I didn't really care about wins that year. It was about, trying to figure out, make baseball players. And it worked. It took a while. Some continued on the journey. Some dropped off. Some ended up going to play in college. It was good times. Apple Valley, a lot of good teachers over there. Enjoyed working with a lot of those men and women. It's a battlefield in public schools right now. It's a tough climb, trying to keep these kids motivated, help send them on into the work world. So God bless them all. North Henderson, Apple Valley teachers. Maybe a couple are listening tonight.
With 2 down, the pitcher number 8, Peyton Nathan.
So fly ball and a K, and here we are with pitcher versus pitcher here, lefty versus lefty. See if Peyton Maben can help himself a little bit here. Lines one off to the left, off of the just wide of the batting cages. Yep, just sent out a new link on Twitter, trying to keep up with it a little bit.
Wish there was a way we could track the analytics on if we have a link up and if we don't, how it works, because it's just natural, I guess.
Ball high.
Let's check in on it, see how many people are watching. There's a lot of people out here today who'd probably normally be watching, so it's a good day for baseball, a good clear day after the rain came in.
Nice spinner there by Gosnell. That's his pitch today. I think he found it there towards the end of the first inning.
Down in count 1-2, looking to swing back out of it, help himself out here, Maven.
There's that spinner again. Stays up, though.
Twos all around. Deuces are indeed wild at Knight Field.
Well, a lot of good baseball in this county. A couple years ago, West Henderson won the states. That's strike three. Gosnell getting pumped up, trying to show a little emotion before he comes off of the field. He didn't read the well, we'll see. I mean, it's okay, pumping yourself up a little bit, but hopefully we don't get chirpy.
I'd like to thank our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats. CamWood Bats located in Haywood County, North Carolina, serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. As part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. And I want to thank our travel sponsor, Wright's Fireplaces. They're going to get a lot of good coverage today. A little bit about Wright's. Wright's located at 2614 Harrisville Road, and they've got everything you need for a comfortable, more relaxing property. Get that outdoor living space. Phone number is 828-687-9002. Thank you to Wright's Fireplaces for being our travel sponsor this evening. Head to the third inning. We got to update this ad read, Ryan. Third inning brought to you by American Legion Post 70.
Right. American Legion had their first tryout a couple weeks ago. I'm pulling it up right now. The second tryout.
April.
I need to hold on. Here it is. Yeah. Last tryout date, Sunday, April 6th, 2:00, Asheville High School. Interested players must attend at least one tryout. Man, we're trying to do the Legion season. We're putting together a sponsorship package right now, trying to market that to local businesses, to see if we can cover the home games for Legion this year, trying to add a broadcasting element to it. Recruiting element to it, and we want to see the best of the best. I know we got a few confirmed people that are coming out that are going to be absolute dogs. We'd like to see more underclassmen try out. One right here, Peyton Maben, would love to see him come out April 6th. But Legion Baseball, support your American Legion. If you're a veteran out there listening, think about joining the American Legion Post 70. They do a lot of great charitable work around Asheville, and there's a lot of charitable work to be done. So thank you again, Post 70, American Legion.
Top of the third, the shortstop, number 11, Tristan Sumner.
So Sumner up a second time, struck out in the first inning. Again, Maben trying to lock in here and see if he can prevent any further scoring here in this 2-0 game. So Sumner, probably better known for his pitching. He can really bring it on the bump. I want to say he was up to 84, 85 at our prospect filming back in the fall. And just a lot of spin and a lot of HB on the fastball. So a lot of fastball changeup tunnel for him. His brother Aiden playing at Wake Tech. He's had some few opportunities down there. I'd say he got about 3 or 4 games, relief work. He's blessed, in my opinion. To play as a freshman anywhere right now is a pretty cool opportunity. Swing, and there's a drive. Is it going to stay up for Kleinuck? It does. So right into the leather. So quick out. Hit it hard, but right into the glove. brings Cole Holbrook back up. Had a single his first time up.
With one away, the catcher number 15, Cole Holbrook.
Wish we could have a replay that we could show on the thing. That'd be really cool because I like looking at it here, but they have no way of seeing what we're seeing.
Right. I guess you could probably do screen grabs and quick
could.
eye, but again, that's where you need probably a third person here doing all that in the background.
But seeing that pitch right there, a little bit elevated, big
Swing.
drive.
Ball's foul off the right side, stays in, just out.
But yeah, that.
So any college kids listening out there, Mars Hill, Western, UNCA, Brevard, we're starting to look the search for interns, people that want to work in production, TV production, video editing, let's see, tech in general, just IT. Someone who thinks they might be able to bring more to the broadcast, but would love to be part of your summer internship class that you have to do for college. We'll write you a great letter of recommendation, help you get on your way if you trade us some hours and help build this business with us.
Love to have you.
Blake Ritchie, good take there inside.
One thing I wish I would have more time to do, transferring from Blue Ridge to Georgia during COVID. Couldn't have an internship that summer because was in the process of transferring, not sure what I needed. And then every summer trying to just catch back up on my hours, so it's tough. So if you have the opportunity to get an internship this summer, please go ahead and take it. I highly recommend it.
I'm going to start calling colleges tomorrow, getting into some of the specific departments and see if they can list it for us. Blake Ritchie, strong kid here. Had a good Legion season last year for Post 70 as well. I wonder if he's trying out for Legion this year. So he had a good year. Hit a couple bombs, did well in the playoffs. Gets right up on that plate, towing the line there in the left-handed batter's box. Swing, fouls it off. Good fight. Might be time to check in on some other games going on around the county, around the Western North Carolina in general, too. 2-2 delivery. Swing, another hard hit. Right to Dylan Kleineck in center field again. So 2 putouts for Kleineck. They sandwich a K. That's a 1-2-3 inning here. It's going to be Osteen, Cunningham, and Brevard due up in the bottom of the third. Again, third inning sponsor. Thank you to American Legion Post 70. Tryouts coming up April 6th at Asheville High School this time. So we were at first tryouts were at West Henderson. Again, the next tryout Sunday, April 6th at 2 o'clock is at Asheville High School. Beautiful all-turf field down there. And again, we encourage you to play Legion free, right? It's a $500 deposit for your uniform. As long as the uniform is returned, it's free. You ride the bus. You are home every evening. You have team meals. This is community baseball. I think this is what college coaches want to see more of, is competitive, meaningful baseball. I think sometimes the showcase world gets a little independent, to say the least. You play in your column of age group. Everybody's 16U, 15U, 17U. Not necessarily anything on the line. But Legion baseball, if we can get it thriving again, it's Hunter, you were saying it the other day, it's like the Rutherford model, right? Rutherford, Cleveland, Gaston, like that whole foothills area where Legion never died. Shelby, beautiful stadium down there where they do the World Series. Want to have the mountains copy the foothills. It's time. And we're working hard on a recruiting plan for Legion to try to save our families money. I know sometimes people look at like, oh, this team's $3,000 or whatever, $4,000 to play for it. High value, high cost. I think it's high value. I disagree. I think y'all need to be conservative right now with your college recruiting. In this market, they're not looking for high schoolers as much as they're looking for transfers and JUCO guys. And Baseball University is here to help you find a better way to do it without necessarily emptying your pockets. So, swing, a little pop foul here. This is Dalton Osteen, the junior. Wearing number 18, playing left field tonight.
Big number here worn by UNC Tar Heels, Zach Gahagan back in the day, College World Series participant.
What year did he graduate?
2014 from North Henderson. Never got to play with
he
Zach.
was graduated before I got here, technically.
Yeah, what year did you get here? 2015?
I got here August of 2014. Oh, nice play out there by.
What a catch.
Did he catch it? He said he did. So that's Lowry out there in right field making a diving play to take a blue pit away from Dalton Osteen. So one out here for Gosnell. Again, a lot of hype for Maben coming in the game, but Garrett Gosnell's looking pretty dang good himself here. So again, this is
number 14,
a battle of the lefty southpaws. So southpaw battle here, and it's a good one. Again, I was excited about this game. Sent that link out as much as I could. The link died. So hopefully there's a lot of coaches out there that put 2 and 2 together. They know they can go watch this game. That's a bobble at first base there by Blake Ritchie. They say he gets back to the bag. So that's out number 2. Did he take it himself there? Or did he flip it to the pitcher? But did he take it himself? I looked away. So, okay, so it's ground out 3. All right, so 3-1. Toss, okay. So a little ugly, but they get the out. And that brings the 9-hitter Austin Brevard up. Was the baseball check there? Make sure there's no gashes in it. A little Robin Roberts baseball. So Garrett Gosnell delivering here to the number 9 hitter. I got to get down and get a radar. Actually, I could probably just swing this open real quick.
I think you'll be okay with it, yeah.
So let me see if I can just shoot it from here.
Shoot it once or twice.
Yeah, right. I ain't trying to blow up our camera. Yep. So we'll get a few reads on him. No latency issues yet, right?
No, and I'll be honest, I don't think you're gonna fix it.
I think it's those newer all the time shooting in all directions radar guns like that one we saw at the Game Changer at Charlotte Christian.
That's what I think.
This is where I expect him to be. That was 75, and that one was 76. So it kind of shows you where his velo is. The highest I've gotten, Garrett, I believe, is 79 in the past. Yep, 76. So, again, he's cutting up with good stuff, good mix. Shows you velo is not necessarily the most important thing at this age. You got to gain it eventually, but you got to learn how to pitch first. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 4 Ks on the evening there for Gosnell, and I'm not going to say it yet, but he's pitching pretty well. Heading to the top or bottom of the, where are we at? Top 4.
Top 4.
Yep, it'll be Gosnell, Harvey, Hill.
Mention Rides Fireplaces again, our home and away team sponsor, sponsoring the time that we put into marketing this game to coaches pregame and postgame, and posting highlights for the North Henderson Knights and East Henderson Eagle prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches pregame and postgame. Rides Fireplaces located at 2614 Hendersonville Road in Arden. We've got everything you need for a comfortable, more relaxing property. Longing for a more efficient, more convenient fireplace? Wishing you had an outdoor living space that would enhance every get-together? Stop wishing and get just what you want here in our showroom in Arden. Phone number is 828-687-9002, and their website is rightsfireplaces.com. Stop by or request an appointment today. Head to the top of the fourth. Top of the fourth, brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Did you call Andrew yet to get your gravel brought in?
My wife wants me to get on it. She actually wants topsoil first.
Well, Andrew's the guy to get that topsoil, get that gravel, get what else? Driveways, culverts, bank erosion, ditch work. What else am I forgetting?
He does a good job. Like, it's just been those things where, like, I need to do my driveway again. Hey, I'm getting my gardens going. Hey, we're filling, doing some grading over here. So, Andrew Casoria does a great job. You know what else he does a really good job, too? It's got to be a skill that you get over time, but it's when you're laying the gravel for the driveway and you're like driving your truck and pouring the gravel and like tipping the dump truck all at the same time. And he's like, I don't know, it's just like laying out the carpet essentially. Like that man is a master at just pouring gravel.
Well, let's get some score updates from around the region. Avery County 13, Rosman 6. That's a final. Swain 7, Andrews 3. Not in our area, but Covenant Day beat Providence Day, a team we cover a lot. As there's a foul ball to start. Cherokee losing to Hiawassee Dam 6-4. Oh, there's a big one. A couple top 20 or top 25. There's another.
So Asheville took out North Buncombe, did they?
Yeah, top 10 matchup, 11-1. I'd assume that wasn't 5. I'd like to see that AC Reynolds Hickory Grove Christian score because we will be seeing the Rockets coming up this week on Thursday as they travel to West Henderson.
They're not playing great, but there's talent there, and they've had a tough schedule. They've had some tough losses. So Belo's still there, 81-82 now for Maven.
Kramer defeating Huss 16-2.
Yeah, everybody beats
Expected.
Huss. Well, McFarland from Crest the other day told me that there is a pitcher on Huss that has got a ton of talent, big kid, throwing hard. I got to try to get with him soon because he's going to be missed if we don't get somebody on him. But that's a guy that can be a guy, essentially. Probably a good JUCO route guy. But
another foul ball. He's battling here. Harrisville Brevard over in Transylvania County this evening. In progress right now. No updates from there. But
so Gosnell, he walked in the second inning, came around to score the first run on that Lowry double. And then it was Osborne that had the single to knock in Lowry. And then it was Brewster who hit the double, but Osborne was thrown out at home. I think he did. Yes, he did. There he goes.
He did. That's first out of the inning. Strikeout by Maven.
Yep. Maven had a quick 1-2-3. They were still hitting them a little hard there in the third. 2 line drives right to Dylan Kleineck in center field.
Jake Harvey.
But it looks like he might be finding it here.
West Caldwell 6, Maiden 5. That's in the 7th. So that could be a big upset of Maiden.
Yeah, because West Caldwell struggled to the point last year where all they had was a JV team. This year, those guys are up, but they've been struggling for years. So that'd be great to see them pull off an upset. They actually there is a ball player there. I want to say Blankenship might be the last name. He's a dog, so there is some talent on the team. It's just a matter of depth.
Let me check this because I swear that they were 0-14. So that would be.
And then last year I think they might have been
upset.
0 as well. There's a strike. So getting ahead here now. 1-2.
Kings Mountain at Forest View. Madison hosting Unicoi County?
Unicoi, yeah, it's Tennessee.
Tennessee school. Ooh, big one. Haywood County rivalry. We got them on Friday.
Tuscola Pisgah. Oh, boy, that's going to be a good one.
Another strikeout. And throw it around there.
With 2 down, second baseman, number 6.
This is got to stay focused, boys. That's only 2 outs. So what did Gasperson just toss it back?
He just lobbed it back, and he didn't throw it around.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Come on, boys. So Hill up, a strikeout victim his first time.
Oh, you're going to love this score. Crest 10, South Point nothing
Oh!
in the 3rd inning.
McFarland called it, man. It was so funny. South Point played Stuart Kramer a couple weeks ago.
Rails them 16-4.
Just destroyed them. And then the second game was a little closer. They're good teams. But it was one of those things where Stuart Kramer, it's like they know that South Point gets in their head, being in the same neighborhood, right? And then Adam McFarland of Cresta says, South Point's really good, but for some reason we're never fazed by them. We just go in there and always play them hard. They beat them in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
So again, they just walk in there and just, It's a grounder. Brevard picks up, throws over, and that is out number 3. So 2 straight 1, 2, 3 innings for Peyton Maven and the Knights. It's going to bring up the top of the lineup here in Gasperson, McMillan, and Hannah in the bottom of the 4th. Speaking of the 4th, let's shout out our 4th inning sponsor again, Hauling Solutions and Grading. Hop on the Facebook page. I would say it's probably the best way to catch Andrew Casoria. So hop on Facebook, Hauling Solutions and Grading. Give him a holler at 828-776-9377. All your grading needs, all your dump truck needs. So again, that'd be dirt, topsoil, rock, gravel. Give them a holler for all your projects here in Henderson County, Buncombe County, Transylvania, Polk. He's serving this general region here, and he's out of Henderson County.
There's another big score in the conference. Smoky down to Franklin at home, 5-0 in the third. That's interesting. Smoky kind of just falling off. With a
not falling off. It's not even that they've fallen off. It's that somebody had to be number 11 this week in the power rankings, and with them being 2 and 3 in the conference, that was the edge. This game's winnable. It's only the third inning. It's 5-0 Franklin. Franklin's young. I've heard that they have some good young ball players, but they're probably going to be down towards the bottom of the rankings of the bottom of the conference when all's said and done. But they have a chance to be competitive on any given night here in the Mountain 7. I'm really interested to see Pisgah Tuscola. I know Amos Rich is throwing that game tonight at Pisgah. He wanted to go in there and shove. I think on Friday we're going to see Colt Nelson on the bump. Colt going to Wingate next year, left-handed swinging shortstop. But, man, has he made gains with his pitching. Is that coffee I smell? Yeah. Can we get some of those up in here? This is Adam Maven, best AD in Henderson County, serving Hunter and I very well. I like my coffee black, just straight up. I don't need nothing in there. I'm a man.
I'm good. I'll drink that.
Hunter's never had coffee before.
Best 7th grade football coach.
Swing drive! Let's see if that ball's got enough on it. Oh, he does! Mason Gasperson, touch them all. Just cut the score in half here, and that might light a fire under the Knights here.
Mason Gasperson sent that to the car rider line at Apple Valley Middle School. I don't think I've seen a ball hit that far since Jackie Corn during the alumni game. A massive home run from the senior number 2 to get the Knights on the board 2-1. Oh, big man, swing. That's going to be a highlight. Let's write that one down.
Time check.
126 in the broadcast. Dude, I don't think I've ever seen a ball hit that far in the last 5 years I've been here.
Seen a couple bombs here. It's one of the toughest stadiums to put one out in, unless you're Jackie Corn. I think Jackie, was he the all-time home run leader for a minute?
What
or was it? It might have been another younger guy, or not younger guy, but 2000s guy. I can't remember.
It was a mid-2000s. I'll have to see if I can get my dad up in here because I want to talk to him about the history of this matchup too.
Ground ball here to second base, picked up by Hill, swings over to first for out number 1. I've seen Tyson Goodlett hit a few nukes here.
One to right center that one year. That was a big one. I remember that one.
With one down, the shortstop.
We didn't. We had a few here. It's just so hard to hit it here. It's 335 to left, 325 to right, and a clean 360 in center.
I mean, to give you an idea, I think Braden Korn only ever had one career home run here at North Henderson, and he's hit 6 or 7 here for Western this year. So it shows you this is a tough stadium to hit it out of. So that was a big swing by Gasperson. Still got work to do though. Knights cuts it in half. Thank you, Coach.
I'm good, thank you.
Now, was Coach Maben in the press box when that home run was hit, or do we need to make him leave?
He's got to leave. Just keep walking.
So Alex Hanna up now. Swing, pop fly, right field. Lowry tracking. Can't find it. Falls foul.
May have lost it in the new light.
I'll say his hand. He kind of put his hands out at the very end there.
Looked like he couldn't find it. These lights are tough. We saw those lights at
East Lincoln.
They have the underglow, so you can see the fly balls a little bit better. Something I haven't seen because, you look at Major League and college lights, they're always really high up, so you don't really get the fly balls lost in the lights at those stadiums. But here, they're kind of low.
Yep.
These are the lowest in the county, I think.
Yeah, it could be.
They're lower than East. They're lower than West, and Harrisville doesn't have any.
Yep. They're probably higher than Berkeley's.
They're definitely, yeah, that's true. But Berkeley's lights are still on the wooden poles.
I'll tell you, that's strike 3 there to Alex Hanna. Those lights at East Lincoln, probably a boosters program like that. Yeah. I mean, that's a boosters program right there. I mean, that was probably, if I had to guess, those lights probably cost 6 figures.
That's going to be a big matchup for both of these schools. They'll see in the conference realignment because they're all going to be these 5A schools.
That'll be interesting.
Been looking at the ADM numbers a lot recently.
Nice pitch there by Gosnell.
Trying to decipher. how the playoffs are going to look, and not just baseball, just other sports too, because you have
Football,
about
yeah.
64-ish teams in each division across all 8 divisions. My father and I were looking at Georgia's. Georgia's actually dropped from 8A to 6A, I think. They don't even have 7 and 8 anymore.
I mean, what's our new conference next year? We're adding – it's basically all these 7 teams and then adding Brevard, so it's going to be a Mountain 8.
Mountain 8.
We've always considered the Rutherford – county teams along with Patton into the mountain group because it's Mountain Foothills 7. You have Brevard, you have Polk, you have Hendersonville. But next year, the Rutherford County teams will be considered foothill teams because they move into a conference to join Drone, High Britain, West Caldwell, Burns. So that conference is going to be awesome.
That conference is going to be loaded.
It's going to be
with
a
the
very
3 Rutherford County
now.
teams.
What are they considered? 4A?
I think that's a 4A conference. So it's essentially what we consider now high 2A, because the 1A and 2A are going to be the 1A. It's split just like how they do football, and so each set of 2 will be the 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A that we think of now.
Ground ball here to Brewster, picks it up, throws across. That is out number 3. So I'll tell you what, the home run was loud, but East Henderson and Garrett Gosnell recovering the best they can. Patreon, look, we're trying to experiment with crowdfunding, so whether it's joining our Patreon at patreon.com/BB University WNC, or just simply going to the X page and dropping a tip through the Venmo at the top of the page. We're trying to find revenue streams that allow us to continue to bring great recruiting products to Western North Carolina without falling into the same category as everybody else in the industry, which means multi-$1,000 costs, right? So if you like our coverage as a fan, as a coach, as a player, make sure you hit us up either on the Venmo or the Patreon. And then our social media, for example, if you're watching the broadcast right now and you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, just click subscribe right now. X, we're on there, BB University, Instagram, BB University, and then Facebook, of course. Viewership and membership and followers has been growing, but got to get it pumping up, more and more and more.
Well, Fifth Inning brought to you by Nova Pitching Performance, youth, high school, and college pitchers. If you're looking to make the next step in your player development, get with Coach Anthony Payne over at Nova Pitching Performance. His information is on your screen. Big shout out to him for being our Fifth Inning sponsor of the Western North Carolina High School Scout Streaming Series. We'll detail all of what Coach Payne does at the middle of the 5th, when we'll also detail the great pitch of the game. We'll get into that a little bit later. So big thank you to Nova Pitching Performance, New School Data, Old School Grit for being our 5th Inning sponsor.
I'll tell you, both these lefties on the mound be wise to get with Coach Payne. I think what he does so well is just not only gets into the biomechanics stuff, but he gets you on a routine of success. Like, hey, this is what you have to do every single day if you want to be physical and learn how to pitch to maximize your talent.
Well, the count and the score bug might not be updated because I'm going to go find my father so he can detail a little bit about the pictures of this rivalry dating back to the 90s. I've got some good content that he can tell.
Good deal. So Maben out here again for his 5th inning of work, sorry. Top 5. Game moving along pretty well. He's got 8-9-1, which isn't as easy as it sounds because the last time the 8-9-1 came through, it was double, single, double. So we'll see if he can handle the bottom part of this lineup a little better. Changed up his delivery a little bit there. I guess he was trying to quick pitch. I wouldn't try to rewrite the book here. Number 8 hitter, just learn from your mistakes last time. They jumped on you early, so just mix a little bit more. There's that good old fastball run. So 2-2 count here. Again, a lot of good alumni come through here. I think, again, Coach John Street going to join us in just a minute. But I was looking back at some of these names. Again, Seth Williams graduated here in 2004, ended up going on to be a Tar Heel. I think he played in the College World Series with Reed Frank and some of those guys that we met down at Charlotte Christian. Jackie Korn, big fan of Jackie, 06 grad. He's a Western Carolina Catamount for a while before he transferred back to Brevard. Brevard was a D2 at the time. Zach Gahagan, we were talking about him earlier, 2014 grad. And then speaking of Legion, Ryan Decker, now a Legion coach. He was a 2016 grad. He ended up at NC Central, had a good career there. And brother Kyle Decker just finished up at Presbyterian. He was a 2018 grad. That was the year I got here.
To no avail, just like the game the other day. Trying to get him to talk on here is difficult.
He's enjoying a good pitcher's duel out here.
He's drinking coffee. He's socializing.
Yeah,
that's how he's been since he's retired. But yeah, a little bit about the pitchers in this rivalry back when North was first, constructed 93, 94, that first year, that spring. 94.
Was it 92 into 93 or 93 into 94?
93 into 94. So the senior class in 1993 was the last graduating class of Edneyville High School. And that first baseball season between the Knights and the Eagles featured crazy pitchers who were living in the North Henderson district but chose to stay at East because they gave them that option to stay out.
Interesting.
And those pitchers were Joey Rhodes and Junior Stiles, classes of 94 and 95, who both got drafted and made it into the professional ranks.
Dang. Is that who you listed here? 94, Joey Rhodes, Orioles AA.
Yeah, so Joey Rhodes and Junior Stiles, and East had another pitcher on their roster who's, I think, supposed to be at Hendersonville when they did the redistricting. They were just dominant back then. Joey drafted by the Orioles. Junior Stiles drafted the next year, 95, by the Rangers. He made the rookie ball. Joey made it up to AA in the Orioles system. I've heard so many stories.
Now, was there a lot of drama at that time when they did all that redistricting? Like, oh, y'all.
I don't necessarily think it was, drama to our standards today. No.
Right.
But I think from what the stories I've heard, that these players, you want to stay with your school. You don't want to transfer over, and that's totally understandable. I'd want to stay with the school that I've been going to for the last 2-3 years.
Yep.
But they were just a dominant force, and it was supposed to make, North a better product here, and East just dominated that year.
I think my biggest thing, not being from here, but living in Edneyville and really trying to learn the history and talk to the neighbors and just – I think the biggest issue, there's a ground ball to second baseman Brevard. Oh, he's going to bobble it, and that ball is going to be thrown past the first baseman into the dugout, it looks. Or wait, no. I'm sorry. I couldn't see from where I was at. Gasperson was backing up at first base, threw the ball into second, slap tag, not in time. So E4 and ends up being a two-base error. It's unfortunate because that should have been a 1-2-3 inning. It's just little things like that. You can't let these guys into the game dropping a routine play like that. It's 2-1 right now. These base runners matter. So Coach King is definitely going to argue his point, but it's also sloppy play on North Henderson's part.
You trying to say something about maybe the runners obstructing the fielders there. Look at the replay and see what we can see.
So, yeah, on the replay, you can see a little better. Mason Gasperson goes and grabs it in the corner there. Runner takes off.
I don't know if there's some obstruction on the other side of that dugout or what.
I think Coach King is saying that a lot of the East Henderson players were just out around the ball there, So
well, that's what I was thinking from the replay. It's hard to kind of see, but there was definitely some at the edge of that thing. Yeah. And if they're in play territory, then that's interference. So I think that's what Coach King's trying to make his point here.
Well, I think we're going to have to see another batter here, but he's definitely going to make his point heard.
I think here it might not be necessarily the outcome of the play, but just trying to get his team fired up in a close ball game here. And Coach King has always had our backs growing up, and always making a case for his team and the Knights. So important here to back up your team, back up your players, and go in here and get into the next half inning and try to get some runs.
I'm going to do another updated post. So what are we at here? So what do you say?
Seems like he's just getting tossed.
Oh boy, Keith Allison gonna be our new head coach for the rest of the game here. All right, so let's see. We're typing it up here. Mason Gasperson, home run cuts lead in half. 2-1 East Henderson up on North. I like how you have like the Dr. Dre in the background there and Justin King's gangster moment.
I don't know if he's been kept to the dugout or what, but this is a very interesting play because Justin came out to argue the play, and at the beginning of the argument, they're told, to stay in the middle of your third base, first base line, whatever dugout you're in, and you're not allowed to cross onto the field, which is very important. New rules the last 5 to 6 years. And the umpire comes over and has a discussion, and it seemed like the umpire was getting mad. He's yelling at him, I'm like, trying to get your attention there. So,
well, we'll see. I guess maybe Coach King will be up here with us in a minute. We'll see. That'd be fun. Put him on the broadcast. So, Coach, tell us what happened there. These bleepity bleep bleep. Okay. So we got a runner on second, 2 outs. So it's 2 quick Ks here, the 9 and 10 batters. Brewster reaches on the E4. Now Tristan Sumner up 0 for 2. Hit a hard line drive to Kleinek in center field his second time up there. Struck out his first time up. Maven's velo still pretty good. Had him at 82. 80-82 tonight. And there's some emotion. Trying to get his boys pumped up a little bit.
This game's getting chippy.
Yeah, well, here we are going into the bottom of the 5th, and North Henderson has Kleinek, Maven, and Osteen up, and it might be small ball time. You need to get a runner on and a runner across.
The Eagles of East Henderson.
Well, you want to tell us a little bit about Coach Payne?
Yeah, Nova Baseball. I think this is one of the biggest
One runner left on base.
just additions to Western North Carolina baseball in a while. We needed someone like this, someone that works in the biomechanic field. He does in-house things, but he's also remote, meaning like you don't have to live in Western North Carolina to work with Coach Payne. I think what he does best is put you kids on a routine and basically says you have to stick to this. I'm here to help you through it, but you ain't going to be great unless you get into this stuff. 2 guys I always like to point to. One is Carter Burnett, who had never pitched before his senior year. Went up to Western North Carolina, had a little bit of spin on his 87-mile-per-hour fastball and his pretty good slider. They took a chance on him. He started working with Coach Payne. Now Carter's up to 94, and he's been getting innings his freshman year. The other one I like to refer to is Brady Ray, who was a good ball player. Always liked Brady. High 70s on the bump. Liked him more as a position guy. All of a sudden, he started working with Anthony Payne. He was up to 90 miles per hour at state games, and he's going to be heading off to Cleveland Community College, one of the best JUCOs in the country right now. So Anthony Payne, check out Nova Pitching. He's on all the socials, but I like that phrase, new school data, old school grit, because you still got to be a dog. Speaking of gritty pitches, our gritty pitch of the evening, I think, is that one you just saw there by
The big gritty
Peyton
pitch.
Maven, because you just had your coach get thrown out of the game. You're down 2-1. You already had your opposing pitcher flex on you. He gets that strikeout.
Dylan, why that?
Yeah. Well, they didn't throw him out. He's not held to the dugout. He's coaching for third base. So
Okay, never mind.
they must have had just a very loud discussion about that play then.
And again, Coach King knows these guys. There'll probably be apologies later on both sides, but in the moment, like, this is baseball.
It's a heated crosstown rival. It's a 2-1 game in the 5th.
I've said, but I do enjoy rehashing those stories because they get some laughs, but there's been some things I've said on the baseball field that I would never say anywhere else when it comes to arguing calls. So Kleinek here, 1-1 count. 2-1 count? What do you got?
I got a 1. I guess it is 2-1 count.
All right.
I got latency issues. That's what I've got.
Let me turn off the radar gun is off. Oh, latency. Why, oh, why? Things that don't make sense. Starlink still
See if I can push this thing out just a tad bit more.
swinging a drive. Let's see if that turns the center fielder Harvey around. It will.
It will.
And Kleinek can fly. No reason he might not be thinking triple here. Probably would have made it. But again, I understand holding up there. You're the leadoff hitter. So leadoff double by Dylan Kleinek. Huge hit. That brings Peyton Maben up to the plate. Maybe bunt, but I like the idea of early in the count looking for a
Now batting
pitch.
number 8.
Hole to him. But this is one where it's like I could see a bunt, but I could also see early in the count just looking for a pitch to drive, try to pull it, right? Even if you roll over on a ground ball, it gets the job done. But give yourself a chance potentially get a run across here with the base hit, too. He is going to square, pulls back, good take, 1-0.
I wish I would have had that double on the stream. I don't know what the heck. Maybe it was your radar. Who knows?
It's been off. So are we good?
Yeah, we're good, I think. Let's see. Yeah.
God dang. Speedify. I think Speedify is the next
Speedify's the
thing.
move.
Yep. So we're going to invest in something called Speedify. I think it's nice bunt here. If you're going to bunt, that's the way to do it. Sack bunt moves Kleinek over to third. So great job by Peyton Maven there. And let's see if Osteen can get this run across. I would say Speedify, I think, is an app that's, I don't know if it's a yearly or a monthly thing, but it's one of those things that combines all the different potential internet sources. So on a day like this, it would probably be the Starlink and then several hotspots on our phones trying to ensure a good stream. Because, again, right now we're dealing with some latency issues, which, again, means the streaming is slowing down, but it's why, I couldn't tell you.
I can't tell you either.
Anybody down there with the radar gun?
I don't know.
Is it something where we should check the phone app, see if it's still linked up, hasn't shifted or anything off of that brick out there on the roof? Say Coach Cook can climb out on the roof again if he needs to.
I think we're okay. I think just some of the just the distance, man. I think it's the distance. I think it's a lot of interference from structures.
So Osteen, a safety squeeze approach right there, pulls back. So again, with Kleinek on third, it ain't a suicide squeeze. It ain't like he's coming in full sprint. But this infield right now, this infield is drawn in right now, trying to prevent this run to get across. Coach King with a series of signs down there. Squares again, pulls back, ball. Quick pitch by Gosnell. Nice job. It's like Osteen had got his signs, and right when he got back into the box, Gosnell was delivering to him. So smart pitching right there.
If I'm Osteen here, I might call time, try to at least.
They're going to try it. Nice job. That's taking advantage of the speed of Dylan Kleinek right there. Again, Dylan Kleinek, one of the best sprinters in Western North Carolina, has a chance to play baseball and run track at the next level. It was a contact bunt play. I've never really seen that, but it's not even I wouldn't even say that's the safety squeeze. That's more of the contact squeeze.
Yeah, dude, that is a great bunt put down by Osteen there.
I mean, not even a great bunt. It just got the bunt down.
Dude, getting the bunt down, getting it in play, having speed on third base, that's what you've got to do. Coach King, Coach King, always said, if you can't bunt, you can't hit.
Yep.
And right there, he put a great bunt down. Got the tying run in. We got a 2-2 ball game in the bottom of the fifth
so
here.
I'm going to put that in the book as a fielder's choice RBI. I think that's the correct call because it was not a bunt single, that's for sure. You could turn around and throw him out by a mile, bunt it right back to the pitcher. But in this situation, kind of that safety squeeze, we're going to call it fielder's choice RBI. So nice job by Osteen. Tie this game up. So we got ourselves a brand new game here, 2-2. So if y'all are out there watching, get this link out, show it to the people. Again, we had trouble. We had to redo the link in the beginning of the broadcast. But this is one right now. I think we need a lot of people to tune in and watch this great historic match. I'm going to say this is a historic matchup, but this rivalry has historic what's the word I'm looking for here? The bowels of history are deep with the Edneyville versus East, North versus East rivalry. So batting here now is Cunningham. Cunningham, a freshman, getting some opportunities here for Coach King early on. Again, only 23 players in the program right now between JV and varsity. This is what small school baseball looks like sometimes. Freshmen getting in. not saying they're unworthy, but probably a little green. Some kids get in on varsity time at these schools probably sooner than they would in a TC Robertson or a East Rutherford type program. There's ball 4. And some noise coming now from that
It's a loud
North
home
Henderson
dugout on the third base line. The Knights are definitely getting the momentum shifted towards them with that tying run. 2 runners on here, 1 out for
Austin Brevard.
Austin Brevard.
I like
sophomore,
Austin.
third base,
Second
catcher,
Number 6.
little scrappy
Austin
guy. Love the way he
Brevard.
plays.
I like Austin. He's got a little baby deer going on, which basically means he's got a body that looks like it can get more athletic, hold more weight. I want to say he's cousins with Matt Reimer, former North Henderson ball player. Enjoyed doing some work with Austin early on. We did a film with him last summer with the AASA program that he played for. He knew he wasn't ready for recruiting. He just wanted to get what we call a baseline film so we can compare it year after year to see where his growth has been. So Gosnell getting into a little bit of trouble here. This is really the first rally they've worked against them. Again, Gasperson led off with the home run in the 4th, but it was a solo job, and he went 1, 2, 3 after that. So that was a little hiccup. This is the first real rally we've seen. The Kleinik double, the Maben sack bunt, the Osteen safety contact squeeze. He reaches on that fielder's choice, and now the walk to Cunningham. I don't hate the bunt here again, especially with that third baseman back and a lefty on the mound who would have to turn all the way around to make a throw to first base.
I'm Austin. I'm trying to take some pitches here. He's thrown a lot of balls the last 2 batters.
Is it
I'm gonna
2-1
see
here?
A 2-1 count. I see another pitch. I'm only hitting my little sweet spot.
I still like a bunt,
I don't
especially with
hate that
Gasperson, who just hit the home run on deck. If you can put, I'd almost rather have 2 in scoring position with 2 outs with Gasperson coming up. And again, it's no knock on Brevard. It's just kind of knowing the situations right now. So Austin Brevard, big spot for the sophomore. Again, third base is back. No bunt. Ball 3. So Gosnell has lost his control a little bit in this inning, just a tad. He had the leadoff walk to Gasperson in the 1st. That was his only free pass until the Cunningham walk. There he goes. He finds the zone there. So my guess is he probably had take until 2 strikes, and that's not a bad approach with your 9 guy. I wonder if he spins one here. That was what's working for him early on. Goes fastball, 76 on the gun.
Way to play.
That's where he's been all night, about 75, 77. Coach, I would say Mr. Holly on it here.
He's always on it. He's been on it for the past, I don't know, how many years you done this? 18
years. Oh, boy. People have been born and became adults in that time. It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's 18. It's crazy how fast time goes by. My son, Jesse, he might be listening at home. He just turned 11 last week.
Happy birthday, Jesse.
Went out to the Pinball Museum and then went to where we go, Papa's and Beer. They slammed a fried ice cream in his face, put a sombrero on him, said, "Welcome to 11."
Well, you want to talk about old? I remember running around here and Seth being here. Seth Williams, a big poster of a center field catch on the wall up here from the North Carolina Tar Heels. Class of 04, man. And we met one of his teammates from that College World Series run the other day, and Reed Frank at Charlotte Christian.
Nice pitch. Strike 3.
That's a pretty gritty pitch
that was
right
a
there.
Very gritty pitch. So that might have to be considered the gritty pitch of the game right there. Just a well spotted up pitch. And man, you got to do everything you can not to strike out in a situation like that. And again, this is where Gasperson had the big swing last time. Tie game here. I still like a bunt with Brevard there for Gasperson with second and third as opposed to 2 outs, first and second now. Again, Brevard, young kid, look how he's trying to work the walk there. Gosnell just too sharp of a pitcher to take that approach. There's that spinner again. Great first pitch. Not sure if Gasperson's going to get another fastball after that big old tank last time.
A little green on there to try to get that one camera focused.
Ooh, Gasperson calls timeout. A little late there. Guys, I went ahead and delivered it. It'll be a redo. Still okay on latency and all that?
Dude, yeah, I don't know. We're good for 1 or 2 a day.
Scares me.
Yeah.
Next to worrying about where my kids are, next biggest worry in life is Starlink latency. So again, looking for a godsend out there in the tech world, whether it's someone that wants to make a couple bucks and follow us around and let us contract them, or some smooth college intern out there who's just the new age tech guy that wants a great letter of recommendation and intern hours. So Gosnell here got those 2 outs he needed. Gasperson hits one foul. So 0-2 quickly here. Good mix. You had the curveball. Was that another curveball? What was that pitch? Say, had the curveball, strike 1, get me over. Fouls this one off. If he had him on the fastball here, this might be no, it's a fastball. Either that or a change. I'd say if that was a change, go back to it. I think change-up's your pitch here, kid.
Good take from Gasperson there.
That might have been the change, too. That was a great pitch.
You look where catcher's setting up. Kind of setting up low, and when you pull that up and yank it up, you're not going to get that call that often. Got to stick it, especially at the varsity level in high school.
Say Holbrook's going to be an important part of this team's second half. I know they're 1-9 right now, but you need a good catcher. Like, if you don't have a stable catcher, it ain't happening. He's looked like he's done all right back there, and there's 2 more seasons of him. So that'll be a position, a player that if I'm Coach Sumner, I'm really wanting to develop him. So I talked to Coach Sumner yesterday. Again, that 1-9 doesn't tell the whole story. There's been a lot of close losses. They've been in the games early. We went through this at North Henderson a few years back, just learning to win. Like when you're in those games, like figuring out how to just push the W across. And a lot of it is clearing your mind and playing fear-free.
Well, let's look. You got a 1-run game, 7-6 loss to Polk. You got a 6-5 loss to Inca. You got a 5-3 loss on opening day to Hendersonville.
But even some of those big blowouts, they weren't blowouts until later innings. So it's just a matter of finishing. So Gasperson working hard here. He's worked it even 2-2. 2-2 is the score, so 2's all around right now. Swing and a miss. Absolutely dog of a pitch by Garrett Gosnell right there. So they're able to push 1 across, tie game as we head to the top of the 6th. It's going to be Holbrook, Ritchie, and Gosnell.
Well, I want to thank CamWood Bats for being our broadcast sponsor of the High School Scout and Streaming Series, located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Get your game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more, all available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. As part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. We want to thank also our travel sponsor, Wright's Fireplaces, also our home and away team sponsor as well. A little bit about Wright's. Wright's located at 2614 Hendersonville Road in Arden. They've got everything you need for that more relaxing property and that outdoor living space. Give them a phone or give them a call at 828-687-9002, and their website is wrightsfireplaces.com. Stop by or request an appointment today. As we head to the 6th inning, brought to you by House of Power over in Mills River. We're finally in the county that House of Power is located.
Oh my gosh. Well, Sheldon Reed doing a good job down there. Works with some of the players that you see in this game. That's been another need out in this region, too, is just a good baseball facility. So he's down there, off Haywood Road, I believe.
Haywood Road.
He has a coupon code with us, BBUWNC, that if you use that coupon code on their website, HOP, House of Power, HopHendersonville.com, you get 25% off of your first lesson. So youth, high school, speed and strength, pitchers, hitters, rentals of the facility, team practices. There's a lot going on down there at House of Power. I don't even know if we need to wait until the end of the 6th inning to talk about the House of Power swing of the day. You got Mason Gasperson's bomb right now. So the House of Power's big swing of the game right now is most likely going to be Mason Gasperson. All good there, Hunter?
All good. Stand by one of my high school classmates, Brian Cate. Good to see him out here at the game. I see him a lot of football games we try to get to out here. Dang, 6th inning.
So y'all are hopefully not missing a great game. Hopefully y'all are tuning in. This is a good one to watch right here. Lefty versus lefty. They've been nose and nose. Peyton Maben right now has worked 5 innings, collected 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Ks. He's allowed 2 runs, both earned, on I think only 4 hits. So yeah, and then on the other end, Gosnell and his 5.
East Henderson.
Say both his runs are earned as well. So 5 worked, 2 earned. He struck out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of his own on 1, 2. Yeah, he's only given up 2 hits. So I mean, both these guys are just killing it. Maben's been 80-83. Gosnell's been 75-77. Been very effective. Pitchability's been good. They're spinning it. I really like Gosnell's spinner. Say Maben looks like he's dialed in here too. He ain't getting off that dirt much, is he?
He might not be getting off the top of that mound.
Swing, foul back.
Foul ball.
Never did move my truck. Hopefully I ain't got no baseballs through the windshield behind us here.
Well, SRO out there, Officer Steve Gear, in the JV game, his county truck got hit by a foul ball, and a couple of the SROs right there making sure. It's like, was that dent here before then? So gotta definitely move. I moved the Jeep. I wasn't getting a dent today. I know well here.
Gotta take care of those cruisers too. So I don't think I told the people. I bought a 2004 Ford Crown Vic Police Interceptor a couple months ago. My son, his car went out, so I gave him our 2009 Camry and went and bought a old cop car for like 4 G's. And man, that thing goes fast. I got a couple little repairs I got to do on it, but yeah, take care of your cop cars. And I'll see how they report that one back at the station when they have to tell how that dent got there.
Well, I want to look at this score, and holy moly.
What's the score of that App Western
The
game?
Catamounts are up on the Mountaineers 14-10 at the end of the 8th. Mason Holton
football
lays down the
scores,
inside
man.
the park home run. A couple of North Henderson Knights went on to be Catamounts. There's a ground ball.
Oh, where's
to
your
the
pitcher?
First baseman, no coverage, but he beats it there for the second out of the
Peyton
inning.
Maben, you got to get over there, buddy. That's the little things we talked about. One of the best pitchers as far as stuff. Got to pick up on the little nuances.
Catamounts, both Corns. Catamounts here. Jackie Corn, head coach at West Henderson, class of 06. North Henderson High School went on to Western, also played at Brevard. And then
He's a state champion.
Yeah, he's state champion.
2023 West Henderson state champions.
And Braden playing right now.
Oh,
but we got a
Braden's
couple
dog.
of Tar Heels, too. We got Seth Williams, I mentioned earlier, class of 04, and Zach Hagan, class of 14. I want to talk about the Diamond Hill score. Let's see. Do they got a score right now? I think it's 2-1 Tar Heels over the Liberty Flames. Send it into the history books. So their first combined no-hitter since 1999 and beat Gardner-Webb 11-1. Wow, what a day for the Tar Heels.
All right, let me make sure my scorebook's right. First kid struck out. Richie grounds out to first base. Gosnell now hitting for himself still? Okay. All right. Just freaking myself out on my book a little bit here. Try to keep a clean book. So lefty v lefty here. Pitcher versus pitcher. So who's won this battle so far today? Gosnell's 0 for 1 with a walk and a K. And Maben is 0 for 1 with a sack bunt and a K. So very pitcher-esque hitting lines. There's a swing and a bounder up the middle. Brevard stops, throws, gets him by half a step. Nice play by the sophomore out there. Wait a minute. Oh, I put my head down to start writing in the book, so.
We'll have to look at that.
Well, this is also that it's late in the game. Keep your head, keep your emotions. So they're saying, let's look at the replay here. Maybe his foot rolled off there. I mean, the umpire's right there looking at it. Maybe he's seeing something we're not. A big stretch.
Number 5, Jake Harvey.
So, golly, what do we put it in the book as? I guess that's an E3?
I would just give it a single.
A single?
You can't give that an error.
I mean, it's bounding up the middle. I guess you're right. So, single for Gosnell.
I don't think he's
2 outs
safe
here.
there, personally. Seeing that foot on that bag, but it's hard to tell from our replay.
Say, Maben was already halfway into the dugout at the end of that play. So that brings
you
up.
Get that fourth camera, we'll get that play every time.
Right. So that's going to bring up Jake Harvey. Freshman has got a sack bunt and a K, so technically 0 for 1 in the book. There's a line drive up the middle. So the controversial play at first base with the foot coming off hopefully does not come back to haunt the Knights with back-to-back singles. First and second now. I'll bring Hill up. Hill, a junior. Tyler Hill, 0 for 2 today.
Second baseman, number 6, Tyler Hill.
And again, it's a bummer for Maben because it's pitch count too. You know, he's probably starting to get up there a little bit. I don't know. I don't have a game changer in front of me. But my guess, he's probably getting up in the high 80s with his pitch count. Maybe not. I don't know. He hasn't really – besides that second inning, he has pretty much cruised facing 3 or 4 batters an inning. This is actually the second inning that he's faced more than 5 batters. He faced 6 in the second. So we quick 0-2. What are we at?
Quick 0-2. I think he's dude, look at him. He's getting ready.
Say Maven, quick pitch there.
And a big strikeout there.
That's gritty.
That's very gritty.
Big bottom of the 6th coming up here for the Knights. McMillan, Hannah, and Spear due up. Again, our 6th-inning sponsor, House of Power, again located in Mills River. It's a baseball, softball facility that's run by Sheldon Reed, former Clemson Tiger, former professional baseball player. Just retired from minor league baseball last year and starting his endeavors as a facility owner and a trainer. They got one-on-one lessons, hitting, pitching, catching, strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power, probably the most important thing for college prospects right now. Facility membership so you can train on your own schedule, and cage rentals for individuals and teams. Again, head to HOPHendersonville.com, HOP House of Power, HOPHendersonville.com, and use that coupon code BBUWNC for a 25% discount on your first lesson.
They are our Big Swing of the Game sponsor as well, and the moonshot to left has to be it. Big Mason Gasperson for the Knights in the 4th inning.
Led off the 4th.
Led off the 4th, big moonshot.
New pitcher here for East Henderson. I think this is Tristan Sumner coming in. Is that number 11? Yes. So Tristan Sumner now into the game. Tristan's powerful arm, got good metrics. Younger brother of Aiden Sumner, who's at Wake Tech right now.
Number 11, Tristan Sumner.
But Tristan is a definite college prospect in that 26 class. Fastball's been up 84, 85 for me. We'll see if he's there because, again, that's showcase numbers from our prospect filming in November. And a lot of times I can throw 2-3 miles per hour harder in a showcase than I do in the game because in a game I'm trying to win. In a showcase I'm trying to show you how hard I throw, you know. So we'll see where Sumner's sitting here in just a minute.
Yeah, we need to get a clicker on here so we can have a estimated pitch count. We don't need to be exact up here.
What I need to do is get a game changer. I'm just not folks, I'm not good at tech. Intern, somebody out there. You know what I mean? Like, again, I think tomorrow I'm going to hit the phones, call the local colleges again.
Well, if you don't remember from back in the day at Apple Valley, I created the game changer for you, and I did it on my phone, not even on the iPad. So we can.
I have Game Changer, but look, I'm gonna show you right now.
No.
You ready? You ready?
Game Changer.
There's Game Changer. I open it up. And I don't really know what to do now. Do I search for North Henderson? Do I have to be subscribed to their page? Do I have to pay for it to see the actual stats, you know? But I'm guessing this is them. Varsity.
I haven't used it recently like this.
So here, all right, here we go. Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, they get. Oh, is it going to take me through the whole dang game? Delayed in the top of the first. So how do we catch up to? Yeah, this ain't even.
It's not even worth it.
Yeah.
We'll have to try it at some
North
point.
Henderson right fielder number 22, Brody McMillan.
McMillan up for the Knights in the bottom of the 6th here to try to get this go-ahead run.
It's been a good game. You know, we talked about it a little bit earlier this year, but I think next season we are going to have flex schedule games in the second half of the season, like still cover 25 plus games. But instead of trying to schedule out every single game, try to leave some flex dates open towards the second half of the season, just to try to pick up games that seem to make sense. Because you know, this is a great close game, but we've also been to a few that ended up being blowouts. You know, they're still good for us to get to. You got to remember there's a scouting element to this. I need to see you guys play live. I was on the phone with a lot of college coaches this morning, and we were just trying to catch up. And the main thing we were talking about is how I've been updating my notes based on what I'm seeing in the games now. And that's the most important thing, is who can actually bring it over to the field, who's still in a developmental process. Ground ball to first here, picked up by Richie, easy out. So ground ball taken by himself. Alex hand up now. Alex hit a hard line drive into first base, ended up being a double play right into the third baseman's glove. So we'll see if he can find the barrel here and start a rally for the Knights. Need some base runners. Meat of the order, too. So Sumner on the pitch. Not sure what Gosnell's pitch count was. With him being a sophomore, though, I appreciate controlled pitching counts. Using the radar gun for a second, so just keep me in tune if I'm messing up any of the latency.
I gotcha.
Again, I think we've concluded that my radar gun does not have an effect on the...
If you know anything about Wi-Fi transmissions and 5 gigahertz and 2.4, let us know.
Actually, Coach Suter's mom was in here earlier, and she was telling us about how she thinks it's like all these things aren't necessarily the phones aren't communicating with the Starlink. They're communicating through Bluetooth with the iPad, and then the iPad shoots into the Starlink. So it may be something like that. Maybe we find some sort of, maybe we use a Wi-Fi extender just for that purpose. You know, I don't know.
I'm thinking
83 on the gun there by Sumner. Again, a lot of spin on his pitches that we learned about at that showcase back in November down at Cleveland that we did. A lot of HB, horizontal break, for y'all kids that are learning about this stuff. It's not just about velo anymore. There's so many metrics, and it's a beautiful thing, and it's a shame too, because you know, I'll send certain collegiate names to the Dodgers. You know, again, I'm associate scout for the Dodgers. If I come across a guy, I just want to hit my guy up and see, like, hey, what do you think? They're so data driven at the pro level right now. All that TrackMan data from all D1 baseball is just syndicated into a database, and they just immediately look at like all sorts of contact percentage against certain velos and, you know, swing speeds, and they get frustrated too because they feel like they're missing on guys because the data isn't showing the whole story or where they're turning a point, you know. Oh, hits him here. That's the base runner they need, though. He'll take it. Alex handed down the first. So again, the data is important, but you just need to kind of know who you are, right? So let's say you throw in the 80s, but you don't have a lot of spin. It doesn't mean you're a bad pitcher. It just means you have to pitch differently. If you have a lot of spin, you might try to pitch more up in the zone. If you're someone like Sumner, who's got more of like a three-quarter delivery,
Number 7, Stash Spear.
and he's got all this horizontal break on his fastball, so that's cutting across different planes. Like, this is what these coaches are starting to look for, is the hidden data, and then trying to teach those kids how to pitch effectively with what they do naturally well, right? So if I'm spinning a certain pitch, but they're not calling it a lot or telling me to throw it in a certain place, they might fix that immediately in college for you, especially in pro ball. That's why you see a bunch of pro guys getting drafted throwing 99. Because, again, I was talking about Cannon Piquel, like very impressive pitcher at Western. That's a wild pitch. So that's a runner in scoring position now. Alex Hannamu's up. So Piquel throws 99 plus. Grad, he's one of those guys that got the extra eligibility, so he'll probably be a UDFA if they end up signing him. But his ERA was like 8 or 9 this past week, and you still got scouts drooling over him because of all the metrics that are hidden. You get into a pro team, they're just going to tell you. It's like taking that tool set and teaching you how to build the house with it now. It's like, hey, I got all these great tools. Well, let's learn how to use them. So you young pitchers, when you go to these showcases or do work with me and we get this data, it's not just a number, it's a blueprint. Big AB here for Stash Spear. Stash, pretty solid two-way guy. He can hit the ball hard. He can get up on the bump and throw good innings for you. He's going to be going to Surrey Community College. That's Coach Collins, the head coach there. Currently struggling a little bit. Prayers for Coach Collins. I know he's been struggling a little bit with some illness. Hoping that he gets better soon and can return to the diamond. Hopefully by the time Stash gets back, or Stash is on campus in the fall. So great program. Surrey's actually one of the most winningest college programs in North Carolina over the last 4 or 5 years right now. Like, they win. So Stash Spear, what's your count? 3-1? That last pitch didn't look too bad either.
It didn't. I was shocked that one was called out. Could have been low. Got a good angle behind home plate here, right above the umpire.
Now with the base open, do you go off speed? Nope, goes fastball, misses out 81 miles per hour on that.
That doesn't necessarily hurt Sumner there, getting the force play, try to turn 2.
You ain't turning 2 on Dylan Kleinek unless he hits a 100-mile-per-hour ground ball at the shortstop. Probably the second baseman. It would have to be second to short. Like, this kid flies. You saw him score on the safety squeeze earlier. And I got Hunter over here showing bunt sign. I'm with you.
I fully expect Kleinek to lay a bunt down and make
first baseman's up. Look at the shortstop right behind the runner. I was going to say left side of the infield. You know, third baseman's back probably 2-3 steps behind first base. The shortstop is holding the runner closely at second. Lay the ball down the left side. They're not going to be able to throw you out at first base if it's a good bunt. Swing. There's that ground ball we talked about. We'll see if they can turn it. Nope. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. That is a 6-4 on the put out at second. And I'm with you, Hunter.
You were right there.
A bunt would have been really, really nice there.
If he gets that over just like a foot to the left, though, that's in the hole, and that might score that run, at least leaving the bases loaded. So that shortstop bouncing around a lot with that runner on.
Well, Peyton Maven here with the chance to give his Knights the lead and put him back in record as potentially the winning pitcher here.
Well, you got a
first and third. Now, this is something you and I have been talking about with all the baseball we've been watching. High school programs need to do a better job at first and third steal defense. I still don't understand why we're just letting them go down. There has to be some strategy. It comes down to how well do you hold runners? Do you feel comfortable stepping off at times if they're trying to get an early lead? And let's say it is a delayed steal. This is something we've seen teams struggle with. First runner on first comes off the bag, tries to start a rundown. What do you do as a pitcher? Well, you step off, you immediately stare and point the ball at the runner at third, get him back. Throw the ball to your shortstop, second baseman, whoever's on the bag. They do the same thing. Immediately stare at the third base runner, point the ball at him while they run that runner back to first, never really taking their eye off this runner at third. Runner at third makes a break. You run right at him and start to run down there. That's the out you want. Your main goal is, it'd be nice to have a late bang-bang play on the first base runner if you are holding that runner at third. But ideally, you want to get this runner on third in a pickoff and get the runner on first back to first. Quick pick. Oh, my Lord. I thought they did have him for a second. Very quick pick play by Sumner there. Kleinek's lucky to get back in by an eyelash. Shows you there may be a steal on here. With the lefty in the box, it's not a terrible situation to try to take off, but you just don't want it. First pitch is probably a fastball here. Yep, see, this is Coach King, classic here. Let's see if they listen. See, I hate the pump fakes. Don't do the pump fakes. Not bad by East Henderson right there, but the only issue I saw is do not pump fake. Do not pump fake. Needs to be more emphasis there on not pump faking. Instead, I think they may have had a chance. If he would have just put the brakes on and took 2 steps towards third base, he might have been able to back pick and start it there. But again, got to have a plan here. This is where chaos ensues. Some people even call this play chaos.
So we called it.
Yep.
I call it forced balk. It's a balk, and the runs will advance.
And the reason that's a balk is he did not come set. So Alex Hanna's going to score. We're going to write balk down next to that, so it's an unearned run. Kleinek's going to move up to second, same balk. And that is chaos. That is just baseball IQ. These kids need to play more baseball, watch more baseball, know how to handle these situations. I mean, great job by the Knights all around there. Like, nothing was even on there. He just quick pitched and forgot to come set. So 3-2. Hate to see the go-ahead run come in on a balk, but heck, we even see that in Major League Baseball from time to time. A balk-off is what they call it. When you win, have you ever seen a balk-off?
I've seen a balk-off.
I've seen it at the college level. I've seen it at the high school level. I don't know if I've ever been at a high school game where it happened.
I saw it in person at a college game, Chapel Hill at Clemson once. Saw a balk-off and then a walk-off home run the next day for the Tigers. Was disappointed.
So 2 outs here. First base is open. Lineup drops off just a tad after Maben here. If you're Maben, though, you got to look to hit something hard here. Try to hit something hard on a line, on a ground ball, get that run in here. Big insurance run out there at second base with Kleinek. Swing, pop fly. Might as well run it all the way out. You never know. Ooh, one-handed. Brewster pulls it in. Well, they got the lead back.
Bottom of the 6th, we're going to talk about
First
our
lead.
Home and away team sponsor one more time. Rides Fireplace is located at 2614 Harrisville Road in Arden. They've got everything you need for a comfortable, more relaxing property. Wishing you had an outdoor living space, looking for a more efficient, more convenient fireplace? Stop wishing and get what you want here in our showroom in Arden. 828-687-9002 and ridesfireplaces.com. Thank you for being our home and away team sponsor, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches, pregame, and editing and posting highlights for the North Henderson Knights and East Henderson Eagle prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for coaches postgame. As we head to the top of the seventh, brought to you by State Farm. Chad McMahon.
Chad McMahon, he's a good guy. He does a lot to help the sports up there in the Haywood County neighborhood as well. If you've been with the same insurance person for a while, a lot of times you just make that quick phone call and realize you're going to save yourself a couple $100. So 3-2, North Henderson takes the lead against East. Heading into the top, right? Top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th, looking to get 3 outs here. Close this game out. Who we got on the mound?
That's still Peyton Maben.
Still Peyton. He's still got. Yeah, it is.
Updating it here on the old Twitter. See if we can get some more viewers here at the end. Heading into the 7th.
Wouldn't be a baseball game without Coach Street trying to fix something in the press box here.
What are you doing back there, Coach Street?
You fixing the fascia or whatever? Whatever. I don't know. Your thoughts on the game so far?
Do what?
Your thoughts on the game so far?
More exciting than what I expected.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. I love a good game like this.
Well, what? East took one in 2023, right? That was last time East Henderson pulled out a W.
2-game win streak, 11 out of the last 12 or something like that.
Say North, in a lot of those W's, they've stomped them pretty good. A couple close ones, but this is the closest game they've played since probably that 2023 W for East.
Yeah, 2023 East won 2-1 in the second game. North on a 11 out of the last 12.
Ground ball. Let's see. Picks it up. Throws across. Alex Hanna. 1 out. Now, my only question I have coming in this inning is what is Peyton Maben's pitch count? Again, you're allowed 105 pitches in a high school game.
Or finish out the last batter.
Yep. Or let's say that 105th pitch is in the middle of a batter. You can go 106, 107, as long as it takes to finish that AB. It's going to bring the young man Osborne back up. He had an RBI single in the second. He was probably delighted and pulled up from the JV roster to get a start as the DH. Big body, some strong legs. Wearing number 20 today. So big pitch here, or a big potential W. Oh, that's going to be an E6. Got to keep those feet moving as a shortstop. Again, Alex Hanna, good defender, typically second, third outfield, playing short tonight. Feet stop moving. Let the bounce pick him. That's an E6. So a little bit of life here as the tie and run on now for East Henderson. Let's see if they do a pinch runner with that big boy at first.
Landon Knoll
in to run.
Noel.
At first base, pitch runner, Landon Noel.
So a little bit of playoff feel right here. You know, these kids definitely want to go home winners. Bragging rights in the county. They only live about 15 minutes apart. I know this is a game Peyton Maben was excited to play in. We were texting before the game. I just told him, I said, I know you're excited to get on TV again, but you just got to pretend it's any old game. You can't let your emotions get to you. Pop fly, Kleinek in, settles, makes the catch. Man, I was going to say the pinch runner was off there a little bit. Maybe thinking the ball get lost in lights, but he's back in time. That's just an FO8. So Brewster out on the pop-up. Brewster ends his evening 1 for 4 with the double. It was his hard double in the second that led to the 9-4-2 at the plate. That was the final out there when Osborne was thrown out at home. Well, Peyton Maben's been shoving. If he can finish this out, I think he's going to make a good run for our player of the game. Thoughts?
I like what I'm seeing here.
That might do it. Pop fly, but it's going to be Bermuda Triangle. Nobody seems to be calling for it. That ball's going to hit the ground. There's going to be a little trouble here. They're going to hold him up at third base. Right play. We'll put it as a bloop single in the box. There's that Bermuda Triangle out there. It can be tough. Noel all the way to third base. My whole thing there is you should have been running pretty dang hard the whole freaking time. And
there's no reason you shouldn't be scored by then the way that ball
or at least, I was going to say that. We'd have to watch the replay. He may have been going hard the whole time. It was a little slow getting. Go back to the right when he hits that.
He wasn't good. Yeah, that ball was just so shallow.
It almost took him like a second or two to realize there's 2 outs and you can run it. So first and third here with Cole Holbrook up. Cole this evening is 1 for 3. He's singled his first AB, but has K'd twice since.
Well, don't want to get ahead of myself here, but to be whatever the outcome of this game is, East on the road twice in the next 2 days. Tomorrow going to Swain, 4:30, long ride out there. And Thursday going to Pisgah for another conference game, in between conference game because the schedules got jumbled up.
Yeah.
North.
Well, was that because of the smoke?
I think it was because of the smoke.
Yeah. So forest fires.
North, traveling to North hosting Inca tomorrow here at 6:30, Knight Field. And then Thursday, traveling to Madison, going up to see Coach Tipton up there. So no conference games this week remaining for North.
Man, Inca, I'll tell you, that's a team that's better than their record as well. Like, they've been struggling at a tough schedule. I think we looked at is that going to hold up or is that going to fall down? Dives for it. Ball pops out. Run is going to score, and we still have a ball game here. So Noel, the pinch runner, comes in to score from third. Holbrook with the big RBI single. And Sumner all the way to third base, still threatening here. So go-ahead run, only 90 feet away. So, how quickly things can change.
Oh, how the turntables turn. But we talked about that earlier, putting the ball in play, getting the blue pin, getting the run scoring, 2 outs, going on contact. Big time run here in top of the 7th to put the Eagles and the Knights at 3-3
Say
apiece.
Blake Ritchie now with a chance for some heroics. Again, North Henderson, the home team, they will have an opportunity to hit if the East Henderson Eagles take the lead. If not, chance for walk-off going into it tied, but still a lot of baseball potentially to be played here. There's another strike, so quick 0-2 against Blake Ritchie. No first and third plays on yet. This is where I think Coach King maybe has a little bit more experience, coaching all these years, knowing when to pull out the trick plays. And that
big strike 3 to end the top of the 7th. Peyton Maven walks off the mound with some attitude there.
Yep.
Knights looking to walk this off against the Eagles in the bottom of the 7th, which is good for our 7th inning sponsor, Chad McMahon. He gets his full screen spot on the television. Want to tell us a little bit about your insurance agent?
Yep, they were looking for an insurance run there. They should have went with Chad McMahon,
but
they didn't get their insurance run. But anyway, Chad McMahon, proud sponsor, known him for a while, good guy. Give him a holler, 828-452-0567, or if you're up in the Waynesville, Haywood County area, just stop in his office. We recently switched over to the State Farm after meeting with Chad. Really enjoy his staff. I've called up there a few times, asked questions, very polite, get us quick answers. But Chad McMahon, State Farm Insurance, make sure you get with him if you have any inklings that there might be something else out there better for you on the insurance side. I think we get into that habit sometimes as adults. We stay with the same company for so long, and then we just, out of the blue, hey, let me look around. And you realize, holy moly, I could have been saving hundreds all
these. If you switch to Chad, you won't go back. I can guarantee that.
Those who go Chad never go back.
Oh, man, we are looking for an exciting finish here at Knight Field over in Edneyville, North Carolina.
7-8-9, bottom of the lineup today. It's been a little interesting. As a whole, they are 0 for 5 with a fielder's choice on that squeeze play by Osteen and a walk by Cunningham. So I think if you're the bottom lineup here, you fight like heck. You try to get on base and give the top of your lineup a chance to hit you in here. Not sure what Justin King has on the bench as far as pinch runners, depending on who makes it on base. But, man, that whole CamWood Bat player of the game is up for grabs now. So Sumner back out for a second inning of work. Sumner was 81-83 last inning. Good stuff. Good stuff from the kid. All right, so final line. Let's go back to Gosnell for a second. Final line on Gosnell is 5 innings. He struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, North Henderson, buckle up. Here we go.
7.
Make some noise for your Knights left fielder, number 18, Dalton Osteen.
Yep, so 7 Ks collected. It was 2 earned runs. He only allowed the home run to Gasperson and the double to Kleinek. So 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 2. So a lot of 2s for Holbrook. Really enjoyed what I saw from him. Right now he's been cleared of any decision, right? So he's a no-decision guy today. And now you have Sumner in his second inning of work. Sumner gave up the gave up the run on the balk, so I guess unearned run for him. Again, it's 9:15 here. For y'all keeping track, that means that there's probably a lot of final scores coming up on the Max Prep scoreboard. Oh, did he get his bat down?
Yeah, I think he did.
Okay, so I thought it may have hit his bat, but I think it's a ball.
Well.
I didn't see any foul tip signed by the umpire. Really wanted to see who won that Patton Brevard game today. Or is it Patton RS? Patton RS, I think. That was a big one. I feel like every time we do an updated power ranking where someone sneaks on, they immediately have a tough schedule, have to prove themselves. Sometimes they get knocked off. So we'll see. It's a big one for Patton. If Patton can take out RS, and we know they're for real.
I'll have to go through these in a postgame coming up.
Oh, dang. 3-run homer for Trey Spays of the Catamounts today as well. I like Trey Spays. He's an East Lincoln grad. Getting a lot of playing time as a freshman up there for Western. Leadoff walk for Osteen. That's not what you want to do to the bottom of the order if you're East Henderson, but North Henderson will gladly send a runner down to first.
Riley Cunningham.
Riley Cunningham had a big walk there in the 5th inning, too, to extend that 5th. So the freshman here in a big spot. Oh, that's what I was hoping for. Some small ball here. See, Coach King not afraid to put a bunt down with his team when it is appropriate.
You know what they say, when you get that leadoff walk, you score about 30% of the time more often.
They always come back to get you.
Always do.
So, again, just a quick recap. In the 4A, Asheville beating North Buncombe 11-1. North Buncombe coming back to earth a little bit, after that 9-0 start or 8-0 start, I forget either way. Squares the bunt. Pops it up. Better watch it. Make sure. Yep, Holbrook's going to grab it. So, foul out to the catcher. 1 away. Watauga beating Ashe County 2-0 at Ashe. So, we're going to be up there in a couple weeks to see that rematch. I'm excited to go to Boone.
I'm glad you did that later on in the season.
I think it's our only game. Oh, no, we added that Polk. Chase had reached out. Some families at Chase High School reached out. We're going to do an exclusive for Chase. They raised some sponsorship money to get us down there, so we're excited. So that same week we'll be up in Watauga. McDowell sneaks out a win against Enco 6-4. TC Robertson continues to murder everyone, 11-0.
There's a drive.
Is that ball going to get over the left fielder's head? No, it won't. Oh, wait, was it on the ground?
No, that was on the ground.
No, the umpire is saying out. Umpire's saying out, so I'm guessing it was on the transfer. So great run down out there by Martin, I think. Again, being DH for, but that's why they put him in the lineup. Heck of a catch. What a ride sent by Austin Brevard. No one was expecting that out of the number 9 hitter. Thought it popped out of his glove for a second. Maybe it did on the transfer there. Tough to see. Hunter's going to look at the replay here.
So batting the catcher number 2, Mason Gasperson.
So Mason Gasperson up now, runner on first base. It's going to take some sort of gapper to score him. Maybe he can go yard again here. Who knows? That'd be a walk-off celebration for the ages. Spins one here for a strike.
Can't tell from that replay. It's just like dark out there with the lights.
Yep.
No,
Alexander Central 6-0 over Freedom. South Caldwell and High Britain currently playing still. South Iredell beats Lake Norman 4-3. That's a tough
win
W
for the Vikings.
Yep. Man, off the bat, I thought that was going to have a chance to hit the gap there.
Me too. That looked like it was going off the wall.
Swing and a miss, but that's going to allow Osteen down to second base on the, I guess that's a wild pitch is what we'll call it.
It definitely is. It was about a 58-footer.
So that's big, though, because now a single can win it. Mason Gasperson already had the House of Power big swing of the game. AC Reynolds wins 4-2 against, swing and a foul ball off the right side. Who is this? Hickory Grove Christian High School. So big win for Reynolds, getting back in that W column. Stuart Kramer, easy win over Huss, 16-2. Kings Mountain, easy win over Forest View, 13-1. Here's the pitch to Gasperson. It's an 0-2 count. Ooh.
Good take there
Just
by
missed.
the senior. A lot of groans from half the stands here at Knight Field. Gasperson looking for his pitch to drive, find some green in a gapper.
It's a big moment for the senior, the Caldwell commit. Swing, it's in the dirt. He's going to have to throw it to first here to get him out, and he does. So we're going extra innings, folks. And East Henderson is probably the most excited they've been all season. Again, that Meineke Fleet key to the game said you got to treat it like a brand new season.
Well, we're in uncharted territory.
It's our first?
This is our first extra inning game, and we don't have an extra inning sponsor.
Heck yeah. Let's just thank Wrights again. Again, Wrights, I will say this about Wrights. I dropped the ball. He sent me something in the email about maybe doing a discount on a dryer cleaning, vent cleaning, and kind of dropped the ball on that. So all I'm going to say is there may have been a deal out there. Something about dryer vent cleaning. But Levi Wright, good guy, big supporter of North Henderson baseball. I know his son's playing, I think he's on the Apple Valley team, right?
I think so,
Bryce Wright? I don't know. Is that his name?
Wright's Fireplace is located at 2614 Hendersonville Road in Arden. Got everything you need for a more comfortable, more relaxing property. Longing for a more efficient, more convenient fireplace? Wishing you had an outdoor living space that would enhance every get-together? Stop wishing and get just what you want here in our showroom in Arden. Phone number is 828-687-9002, and their website is rightfireplaces.com. Stop by or request an appointment today. Thank you to Wright's Fireplaces for being our travel sponsor, our home team sponsor, and our away team sponsor. Getting a clean sweep for us this evening.
Now, don't quote me. This ain't Wright's, but I would think if you wanted a fireplace or a wood stove put in, this would probably be the time to do it and get your discounts, right? It's not winter. It's not leading up to winter. We're fresh in the spring. So if that's something, we just got a wood stove put in our house this year. Oh, my gosh. Love it. So doing a quick update here on the Twitter, letting everybody know we're in extra innings. So this is something here. So is it 3-3?
3-3.
We're gonna find out here in a second. I gotta do my typing. All right, let's see here.
Well, let's take our broadcast sponsor.
That is Alex Hanna. No.
Broadcast sponsor,
First time,
CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Get your game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. And as part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases made through their website. Thank you to CamWood Bats for being the premier broadcast sponsor of the Baseball University of the Blue Ridge Western North Carolina High School Scout and Streaming Series. Woo, that's a long name.
Yep. Final line on Peyton Maben. 7 innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, walked, only 1 walk. Love it. Filled it up. My man. So he's in on the no decision as well. Alex Hanna in. Alex Hanna was our CamWood Bats player of the game on opening night versus RS Central when he was in a similar position where he came in relief and was absolutely shut down. So we'll see if he can find that magic here. He's got the leadoff hitter Gosnell up. Gosnell was your starting pitcher. I'm not sure where he is in the field at the moment. Swing and a miss here. So Alex Hanna, up until this year, is kind of like a cleanup pitcher, relief guy, maybe an out-of-conference starter. But this year he's really picked it up a notch. Not a super hard thrower, probably a 78 to 81 type guy. Let's see, let's get a little radar on him. Spins it there. Just misses. Tried to backdoor him. CamWood?
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah. So CamWood's just our generic extra innings
I guess.
sponsor.
We'll have to maybe market that.
Swing and a miss. So that's a big K here, leading off the inning, trying to get some momentum back from the Eagles. I'll bring Harvey to the plate. Harvey is 1 for 3 at a single in the 6th inning there.
With one down, center fielder number 5, Jake Harvey.
Again, Alex Hanna, good athlete, good character, known him since he's a little guy, going to play for Coach Huff and company at Rockingham. I could see him throwing some innings, 79 on the gun there. I could see him throwing some innings at Rockingham. He's a guy that I could see Velo picking up a bit. Just does everything very well. You know, he doesn't necessarily have an electric tool per se, but line drive right into, is that Dalton Osteen still over there? No, that is Gavin Howard. We haven't said Gavin's name much today. He's being DH for, but that's a huge out there.
I hope I caught that one in time.
I'll bring up Hill.
With 2 away, second baseman number 6, Tyler Hill.
Tyler Hill, the junior. Not a great line today, 0 for 3, 2 Ks, but again, anything can happen. If anything, he's due. 78 on the gun, so 78, 79 on the fastball. Like I said, I know there's an 80, 81 in there somewhere. Biggest thing for Alex Hanna is just locate. No free base runners here at the bottom of the lineup, no walks. Because if you can get this guy out and you got to go to extras again, at least you'll be starting at 8, 9, 1. So don't let him turn that lineup over on you here. Good pitch. Misses inside by about an inch. We can see it from here.
I think we talked about the Foothills hour 38, 37, 36 too much pregame.
What are we now?
We are 2:25 of game time. 2:45.
But yeah, we started at 7 though.
Yeah,
so
a little bit after 7. So
basically 2.5 hours. Longest game of the year is the South Point Tuscola 5th inning debacle, which I think we saw.
That 5th inning probably took 2 hours.
I think we saw almost 20 runs come across in that inning, mostly via HBPs and walks.
Was that final 11-8 or something? Or was it more?
Something like that. Cole Nelson just decided to come in and finish the game, essentially. Came in and closed it out. Said, enough of this. And again, I talked to the Tuscola coaches after that game. It's early baseball. It was South Point. They wanted to put people in a tough situation. They were up big at the time. Tuscola was getting a lot of gripe from their neighborhood early on because they had the 2 quick losses to North Buncombe and Reynolds. But again, I just don't think neighborhoods understand. There's a comebacker, Alex Hanna, underhand it. There you go. So you kids at home, when the momentum brings you towards first base, you underhand it. When the momentum brings you a little bit away from the pitcher's mound, you plant your feet and throw overhand. So 1-3 on that, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Another opportunity to walk it off.
Yeah, bottom of the 8th. We don't uncharted waters.
The Eagles of East Henderson.
We mentioned everything we researched for, written down, no stone unturned.
I don't know how updated it is, but on Max Prep, Tuscola 5-0 on Pisgah.
Got numbers next to them. Both
Crest, final. You think that was 5 innings, maybe? Crest 10-0 over South
Click
Point.
and see if they put in the box.
I don't think they do.
He doesn't. McFarland didn't.
So Wyatt McSwain, complete game, 88 pitches. I'm guessing a 5 innings.
That's got to be a 5 inning game, 5 or 6.
Man, Crest is playing good baseball.
I've been high on Crest.
Yeah,
I like Crest.
I like Crest.
The BBU Plus 5, the 5th rendition of my BBU Plus model, is high on Crest.
Franklin 13-1 over Smoky Mountain, still playing. So that one, maybe they're still playing. North Iredell 6-0 over East Lincoln.
That's a big win.
Yeah, this says 7th inning live, so that one ain't done yet. Hickory versus Ford. St. Stephen's a shellacking on Statesville, 21-0.
Wow.
West Iredell upsets North Lincoln 7-4.
That's
out of conference game, but holy moly!
Let's go check those.
Actually, no, that is in conference. I'm sorry, that's a Western. That's a Western Foothills game right there. West Iredell. Again, that's what I was told about that conference. Anybody can win on any given night unless you're Statesville. So no offense, Statesville. North Gaston playing Ashbrook. No score reported, but that'll be a North Gaston win. Man, South Point. That's Crest has got South Point's goat, man. That is because South Point's a good team. Really like the Reed Wilson pitcher for South Point. He's got to get his control down a little bit more. Caden Rudisil is another arm I really like. Landon King, the Charlotte commit. So, I mean, South Point is a talented, well-coached team. So hats off to Crest getting the GOAT. All right, here we are. Brody McMillan leading off the 8th. Maybe we'll play a true 9 tonight. There's part of me that wants that for high school baseball, true 9 and wood bats.
Then you would be here for 4 hours every night.
I think it would force more kids to learn how to pitch, and they would have more success, like in their pitching development with wood bats, unless they're torpedo cheating bats. Down with the torpedoes, folks. Not happy about that.
Not a huge torpedo bat fan in this household.
I just don't want to see people rewarded for off-barrel contact. It's not like they're strategically trying to bring the label to the ball now.
Yeah.
You know, it's just – I love Dave Portney's rant, the Barstool guy rant on it the other day. Just basically, it's like Anthony Volpe is terrible. They made these bats so Anthony Volpe could not be terrible anymore. Oh, is that going to stay fair? It looks like it is. Yes,
that was a fair ball.
That's going to rattle around a little bit. That's at least a double. I don't want to make the first out at third base. That's a cardinal sin. He stays at second.
Brody McMillan, former East Henderson Eagle, with a big double backside down the left field line into the bullpen, put the winning run on second with no outs in the bottom of the 8th. You might not get your true 9, Ryan.
Yeah, he was 0 for 3 up to that point. Now with Alex Hanna up, Alex has hit the ball hard tonight. His first AB, struck out in the 4th, hit by a pitch in the 6th. The question you ask yourself here is, do you play it safe and bunt, or do you let one of your better hitters swing away?
I go put him on.
Wise decision. Say Stash Spear runs well for a bigger guy, but he is going to be a double play threat on the routine ground ball. So we'll see if this works out for East Henderson. Gives Brewster the chance to step on third on a ground ball to him.
First baseman number 7, Stash Spear.
You got a pinch runner?
Nope, I was just saying Stash.
So Stash Spear tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk in the 6th. Or excuse me, read that. Nope, that's right. 0 for 2 with a walk in the 6th. So he's due. Again, is it time to bunt? Curveball inside, doesn't quite get back over the corner. So Sumner, he's worked 2 innings up to this point. 1 run, unearned. Struck out 1. Has 2 on here. Foul ball by Stash Spear. So 1-1. 3-3 count. It's a very, very tense moment. The dramatics are in here in the Edneyville side of town. Fruitland, Edneyville. Officially Hendersonville on the postage.
Edneyville in the hearts.
Yep. Swing. Drive. Ball's down. Let's see if they send them. King is sending them. It's been bobbled. There's going to be no throw, and we got a winner. So walk-off hit by Stash Spear wins it. Scores McMillan from second base. Oh, boy, what a game. And again, I know it's a heartbreaker for East Henderson. They go to 1-10, 0-4 in conference. Very emblematic of the season they're having. Got to hold their heads high, though. That was a good baseball game. They faced a very good pitcher in Maven Gosnell with a very good line. Man, so I guess is Stash Spear our player of the game for the walk-off? Got to go with the walk-off, right? Yep. So great game by Peyton Maven.
Well,
go 7.
We're in the Meineke post-game right now. Meineke is the pregame and post-game sponsor for Baseball University of the Blue Ridges, Western North Carolina High School Scout and Streaming Series. Numerous locations in the West North Carolina region. There's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires, and wheels, AC, you name it, Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina.
Also recognizing
you want to get us some rundowns from the box score.
So we're going to go down the box score real quick. You know, Gasperson 1 for 3 at the home run and the walk. McMillan 1 for 4 with the double and a very important run.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge being here tonight.
Let's see, Alex Hanna is your winning pitcher of record.
Appreciate them sharing the press box with us up here tonight.
So Alex Hanna is your winner on the bump.
And North Henderson, as always, thank you.
Dylan Kleinek, 1 for 3 with a double and a run.
Patience your exit. We ask that you make sure.
Dalton Osteen had the safety squeeze, technically 0 for 2, but has the RBI as a very important one. Peyton Maben, great line, 7 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned, 8 hits, 1 walk, 12 Ks. Alex Hanna, the winning pitcher, gives up 1 walk, strikes out 1, 0 hits, 0 runs. Garrett Gosnell, let's talk about East Henderson. Garrett Gosnell, 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks. Great game by him. Sumner, your losing pitcher tonight, works 2 innings, 1 earned run, strikes out 1. At the plate, Brewster, 1 for 4 with a double. Sumner, 1 for 4 with a single. Holbrook, 2 for 4 with an RBI. And let's see, Gosnell at the plate, 1 for 3 with a single and a walk and a run scored. Harvey, 1 for 3. And at the bottom of the lineup, Lowry had the RBI double, 1 for 4, scored a run. And then Osborne, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. So, interesting lines. I think our CamWood Bat player, again, I mean, plenty of good games, Gasperson, Maben, but I love heroics, right? So the walk-off hit, Stash Spear wins it here for the North Henderson Knights. He's our CamWood Bats player of the game.
Yeah, time to announce CamWood Bats player of the game and Stash Spear. CamWood Bats located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Game badge, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. And as a part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for that 10% discount on all purchases. Wow, what a game, Ryan.
Walk-off, game-winning, extra innings, in conference, historic rivalry between these neighborhoods. Again, we want to thank all our sponsors tonight for this rendition of Baseball University's WNC Scout Streaming Series. Thanks for hanging with us with the link issues in the beginning. We'll post the replay later. Coaches, you're going to want to check in on these lefties. Thanks again to our sponsors, Meineke, Bloom Patch Farms, Hale Tax Solutions, American Legion Post 70 tryouts coming up, Hauling Solutions and Grading, Nova Pitching Performance, House of Power, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, Wrights Fireplaces,
Home Travel Way,
and our, of course, our headline sponsor, CamWood Bats. Again, use that coupon, BBU, WNC, for a 10% discount at CamWoodBats.com. So thanks for tuning in. Catch our next broadcast on Thursday. We're going over to the Dead Zone, Haywood Road, West Henderson versus AC Reynolds. We're going to use that Starlink and make sure we got a great broadcast for you. We'll see you Thursday. And then on Friday, Pisgah Tuscola at Tuscola. So you ain't going to want to miss these games. Thanks for all your support.
Yeah, well, you want to help support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge? Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/BBUniversityWNC. The more financial support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge can earn, the more coverage of West North Carolina baseball we can bring to you, including the College Tour Series, the High School Scout and Streaming Series, Legion coverage, weekly media content, highlight films, and more. Choose which tier is right for you at www.patreon.com/BBUniversityWNC. And stay connected to us across all platforms. Like and subscribe on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@BBUniversityWNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at BBUniversityWNC. And check out our website at www.baseballu.org. What a game. What a county rivalry. Great to see the Eagles and the Knights face off once again. Appreciate you guys. See you on Thursday from West Henderson High School, where the Reynolds Rockets, 4-6, 1-4 in conference, will face off against West Henderson, 7-5, currently 4-2 in the Mountain 7. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you on Thursday.